eccentric. You're you. Hi, I'm me. I'm me. And welcome to the Steel Tug. Oh, we're doing it. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Monday. I got a heart out today. I've got my heart out today. I'm going to get my toes chiseled. I need a pedicure. You ever had a pedicure? Today's executive producer, Stephen Bravo. You ever hear of this guy? Stephen Bravo. I'm sure he's over watching Chad right now. He's gonna miss his day. He's gonna miss his day. Oh well, you get a day. And if you're not there for it, you miss your day. You know, everybody gets a day. I need a haircut too. I think that's gonna happen next weekend. Or maybe I just grow it out. Maybe I just get shaggy. Maybe I just stop grooming altogether, and we have a real good time. Huh? Ever since I bought a Tesla won't stop messaging me to buy a Tesla. They're always like, check out this interest rate. We got a lease special. Take delivery by Friday and we'll throw in 1,000 hours of supercharge. Like, people who just bought a Tesla aren't looking to buy a Tesla. It just seems like a bad sample, a bad audience. Anyway, lots of stuff today, mostly former radio dorks. Mostly what we're going to be covering today is former radio dorks. We got Chad Zumock, of course, the unquenchable Aaron Imholte, and you're not going to believe who's back. One of the best in the biz, Mike Calta, aka Cowhead, has decided to sit his waterhead wife down again and pick her brain. And unfortunately, in this episode of the Mike Calta Vanity Project, we don't even have, it's not even really embarrassing for his wife. No, it's embarrassing for his wife, of course. I'm not even kidding. This is the classic syndrome of a guy who married the hottest girl who ever put his penis in her mouth without checking her brain first. Every time this woman's on a show, it's embarrassing. She's fundamentally retarded. But that's not the main story of this episode of Me and My Wife with Mike Calta, when you're at Olive Garden, your family. In this episode, we see another one of these professional broadcasters, career broadcasters, almost 60 years old, crumbling at the idea of people on the internet not liking him. We see the vanity. We see the insecurity. It's one of the most insane sessions of admitting how vulnerable you are that I've ever seen, and not in a good way. It's not like he's taking ownership of it. It's pure 100% cope. And of course, we have your movie. We have your movie week. This guy, I mean, every fucking week, it gets better and better. We're on the 5th or 6th week of him missing on Monday, and he's admitting to you that it's been 2 weeks that they've missed on Monday. I think So Thorough Joe Burrow might have a little something to say about that. We've watched you miss 5 Mondays in a row. I think 6, but I'm not sure. Ever since he's been on this perfect week streak, I know he's been missing Mondays. But he's on there today going like, wow, that's 2 Mondays in a row we've missed. You sure about that? You sure about that's the reason why? You sure about that? Are you sure about it? You missed 2 Mondays in a row? Okay. Okay. Anyway, do us a favor. Hit the like button. It's Monday morning. Barely. Am I right? Might be Monday afternoon for you. Don't really give a fuck. We're into the like button over here. This came in over the weekend. I don't know what it's about.
Look, I got her into cocaine, but that didn't mean I wanted her to get addicted. She should have gotten addicted to something more respectable, like my addiction to cum. That sweet, sweet man milk.
Pretty true, I guess. Oh, look, now they're sticking again. Great. 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 They weren't before the show, but now they're sticking again. Corn Diff, Magic Jelly Bean, thank you for being a member for 24 months. Based on a conspiracy theory, member for 9 months. Wait, you have a Tesla? When the hell did this happen? I see what you're doing. Art Shimko, member for 11 months. I love Tesla. Their cover version of Signs ruled back in the day. Is that true? I don't know about that. Anyway, we're doing it. We got to start with Chad today. I guess Chad's in between gigs or something because he started podcasting again this weekend after a hiatus. You know, again, Chad can't juggle. Chad can't do 2 things at once. He's either on the road being a comedian and fuck all you podcasters, or he's not got any comedy gigs and he hopes to distract you by doing podcasts. And he's been in his feelings this week. I guess he got mad because I posted an image of the police report. You know, check out these police reports, donk. I mean, this is Brad Thacker sent this to me, and it's just got like every police report. This is like 2023, 2025, 2024, 2024, 2024, 2024, 2024, 2024, 2024, 2024, 2024, 2023, 2023, 2023, 2023, 2023, 2023. This is nuts. And they're all to his address, and it's just disturbance, written threats to kill or injure, disturbance, neighbor dispute, attempt to contact, field interrogation, disturbance, neighbor dispute, information, refer to comm center, disturbance, neighbor dispute. And it's just like, how is this guy alive? Like, his whole life is just manufacturing drama and still getting nothing out of it. You know, like he makes up all this shit. He's constantly causing trouble. People, I didn't know how dumb people are. We got people on Twitter going like, wow, that's a crazy rap sheet. This ain't a rap sheet. Do people know what a rap sheet is? This is just a record of calls to his apartment. This is just a record of dispatched officers to his apartment. There's nothing on here about prosecutions and accusations. This isn't a rap sheet. People think any document from the cops is a rap sheet. I don't know. But either way, no. Chad's rap sheet is far longer and far worse. Chad's rap sheet is like 70 something crimes that he's accused of. This is not that. This is just a dispatch log of times police officers were called out to Chad's house. This is nuts. And remember, he's only lived at this apartment for a few years. So this is just, in 2024, we got like 8 alone. In 2023, we have like 8. And we already have one for 2025. What's going on? What's going on? And people are correct to assume that they're alcohol related. It's hilarious. And he's losing his mind on Twitter. He was tweeting this weekend at Nick Rekieta about how Nick sucks at stand-up. And he was like, let's see that Patrick Melton show where he made fun of Nick's stand-up. Now, if anybody remembers that show, we didn't even really go over Nick's stand-up. We went over Aaron's stand-up. We didn't know who Nick was. We had no idea who Nick was. And by the way, I'll say it right now. Did Nick suck at stand-up? I can probably bet he did. I don't think we watched the whole set. I don't think I have the whole set. But yeah, it was his first time ever doing stand-up, and Nick don't know how to be short when he talks. Does Nick suck at stand-up? Yes. Does Chad suck at stand-up? Yes. The difference is Nick did it one time ever, and was thrown into the headlining spot by Aaron. Great move. And Chad's done comedy for 20 years and stinks, and is still going around opening for 3 guys doing a handful of gigs a year. What's your excuse? Again, Chad will never, ever, ever have as full of a calendar as I did when I quit. That's a fact. I mean, Chad does comedy once a month, if that. I don't even think that. If you can prove to me Chad has 12 gigs a year, I'll blow my brains out. We all know that's not true. We know Florentine works him two times a year. We know Swartzen has been taking him on, 4 gigs a year. He'll do Jim Brewer at the Boca Black Box. He'll headline every once in a while down at the old Side Splitters. But other than that, this is a guy who for 20 years has been scrambling to fill 6 weeks on his calendar. It's embarrassing. Yes, Nick sucks at stand-up. It'd be like if Chad went in and practiced law one time. Would that be good? Would that be fun? Would that be acceptable? Or do you think Nick would take to Twitter being like, wow, he's not even a real courtroom litigator? It's like, I don't know what we're doing. So of course Chad took down that tweet. He be deleting, and just some of the most embarrassing stuff by Chad this weekend. Because I was sure that we would see Chad. We're 2 days away from Chad Zumock bragging about being better stand-up than a guy who did it one time. Chad's feeling very insecure this weekend. I don't know what's going on, but look at some of the stuff Chad's up to over here. I bet Rob Saul I have more money than him and my credit is better, and he keeps avoiding it. Dude, I bet Elon Musk I have more money in my bank account and he won't even answer. I bet Rob Saul I have more money than him and my credit is better, and he keeps avoiding it. He keeps emailing me saying I'm afraid of him. Ha 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 ha. Seriously, tell Rob to take a screenshot of his bank account. I'll do the same, and the loser has to pay $50K to the other. Does anyone believe this? First of all, does anyone believe Chad has $50,000? And second of all, does anyone believe Chad would pay it if they lost? No, of course not. Of course not. And by the way, do I believe Rob Saul's emailing Chad taunting him? I do. But would you believe this? Chad was emailing me, taunting me this weekend. Chad gets drunk and just starts emailing and calling. Like, I can't overstate what a loser this guy is. I mean, I'm serious. Go hang with Chad for a weekend. Go hang with Chad. If anybody wants to take a trip to Florida, to Tampa, Florida, pretending to be a Chad fan, and you can hang out with him and get some good audio, take him to lunch. Be like, hey, Chad, I'm in town. I want to take you to lunch. Big fan. Big fan. Maybe even our executive producer, Steven Bravo. You're a big fan of Chad. I'll pay for the whole trip. I'll pay for the flight, the lunch, the Uber. If anybody from Kumia country jumps you, I'll pay your medical bills. We need Chad unfiltered. I need Chad at the table. So another thing about Melton that I don't like. The problem with Melton. And then he's delete. I mean, this is just some of the most desperate stuff. Can someone DM me Rob Saul's number? I need to take care of some much needed business. What's going on? What's going on? This is one of the best ones. I have my Roadcaster Duo back. First of all, Roadcaster Duo. Who knew that Chad had the cheap Roadcaster? Who knew that Chad didn't even have a Roadcaster Pro? I had no clue that Chad, Captain 50K over here, was buying the cheap Roadcaster. Huh? I had no idea. Anyway, here's what he's saying. I got the new Roadcaster Duo back, but for some reason the music and sound effects are coming out muffled when I press the smart pads. They should have swapped yours out for dumb pads, motherfucker. I have been Googling on how to fix it, but nothing is sending me into the right direction for my problem. I mean, can this guy form a sentence? This is becoming like a Goldfolds like challenge. Can Chad form a sentence? Can Chad put a sentence together that sounds like something that wasn't written by ChatGPT 1.0? I have been Googling on how to fix it, but nothing is sending me into the right direction for my problem. Yeah, nothing is sending me into the right direction for my problem. It keeps sending me into the other direction of away from my problem. I've been Googling it, and nothing is sending me into the right direction for my problem. Don't you hate it when you Google and it doesn't send you into the right direction? Oh, it's one of the worst. Any help would be greatly appreciated. I call Chow about this. Get KB in there. I mean, everything is just sending me into the right direction. Hold on, are you on Google Maps? Are you trying to navigate? It's sending me into the wrong place for the wrong. I can't find for the direction. Oh, who's the most overrated podcaster in this shitverse? And then, of course, I'm blocked. Why wouldn't you be blocked, dude? All you do is fucking make fun of me. All you do is make fun of me. All you gotta do is make fun of me. Ewa, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. We appreciate that. Tiff, what's going on with you? Has the cheese gone to your brain, Tiff? The cheese. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate that. We're doing great. It's members only chat today. Ray Balls gifting a membership. Mr. Tony Soprano gifting a membership. Torito is a new member, a fellow fat, I believe. Mr. Tony Soprano, member for 10 months, says, sup, big sauce, sup with you. Sup with you. And Coach DK gifting 20 motherfucking membership.
I've made a huge mistake.
Thank you, DK. One of Chad's biggest haters and supporters of Chad hate content. And why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be?
Nice try, Milton. Some of the best comedians in the world think I'm funny and let me open for them.
I too open for Nick Swartzen.
I too open for Jim Florentine.
Look, it's only funny because he thinks some of the best comedians in the world are Godfrey, Florentine, and Swartzen. And again, nothing against any of the guys. I've worked with Godfrey, he's funny. I've worked with Florentine, he's funny. I've worked with Swartzen, he's funny. Best comedians doing it? I mean, by definition, these guys are has-beens. By definition, these guys' best days are behind them. That's a fact. Nick Swartzen still thinks he's a theater comic, but every time we check tickets, it ain't selling. I mean like 20% full. Some of these theaters he did on his Midwestern tour last year. Really, really shitty stuff.
Whenever I turn on Rumble Studios, my audience gets reduced by 75%. It's almost like Rumble doesn't want to pay me to read ads for the fake viewers they create to boost my audience and self-esteem.
NJ Ranger 201, I think you've been hacked. You're not good. Just stop. You should quit. How do you do it? What is success? You know what I mean? Maybe Chad could put together some sort of a sizzle reel to show us how talented he is. I think it might go a little something like this. Chad Zumock, television radio personality, co-host of the Alan Cox Show, national stand-up comedian. That doesn't mean anything. Cleveland Magazine 2010 most eligible single. Here we go.
Second week in the row, the Browns go on the road to face.
Now, this is a cool 8-year-old boy haircut. This is a cool haircut to have in your mid-20s. That's cool. He's got the dyed tips. It's spiked up. You know, you got your LA Looks gel squirted in there. This is cool. This is actually pretty cool.
Two-win team. Carson Palmer's 8-3 against the Browns. I asked all my Twitter followers if they had questions for you guys. Top 10 questions. Will Mangini lose his job if they lose today against Cincinnati? Yes or no?
Guys, yes or no? Dude, Chad, real quick, what do you got?
My prediction for the game, I think the Browns will pull it out. I think Joe is right. They got to get better.
Even back then, he didn't have any confidence. This is what's crazy. It's like, even back then, when you had it all, the station behind you, the mic flag, the panel to talk to, the support of the Alan Cox Show, producers, all the jingles and stingers. Even then, you were like, oh, I think the Browns will probably pull it off.
Third downs. But more importantly, everybody over at the Alan Cox Show, we want to wish you guys a happy holiday coming up. You guys have been a family to us. Tony, Joe, Uncle Reggie, Grandpa Bob. You guys have been. And thank you.
Right back at you,
with Grandpa.
Thanks, man.
I run over. I'm like, hey.
Were you drunk?
No, I was completely sober. I was hungover.
Gotcha.
I'm like, stop it. And I move in there.
He really loved spiking his hair up. This is like a fundamental cornerstone of his look. Spiking that hair. I'm serious, man. This is an 8-year-old boy named Max. That's who this haircut belongs to. Maybe he stole this. Maybe he stole this haircut from an adolescent boy.
Like Michael Jackson in the Beat It video, and he like separates the gangs. That was me. Like, it doesn't matter who's wrong or right, just beat it.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like holding these guys back. I'm like, knock it off. The dude punches me in the face.
Of
like,
course.
Chin.
What is wrong
The
with
high
you?
school kid. So I get him in a headlock. I'm like, knock it off. And I said, I lied. I said I was a police
Look
officer.
at every photo. Spiked up hair. This is an adult. Again, this isn't graduation from high school. This is not a 14-year-old. This is a guy who woke up for a job before he drove into a tree, asleep behind the wheel because he's an alcoholic, spiking his hair every day for work. Yeah, if you're ever doing this in the mirror, yeah, with your fingers, yeah, look at his part.
Sir.
Police officer.
And they just start running.
Of course.
They just ran away.
Right.
Yeah, you ever gone to a party or a bar and a fight breaks out? Nothing really happens. Because there's always that one dude who has to jump in and break up the fight. He loves breaking up the fight. It's like his passion, this guy. No, let it go. It's not worth it. Not tonight. Let it go. Let it go.
Hold on. Not sharing right.
Okay, this is Chad in a tuxedo. 5 guys in the studio helping him be funny here. Let's see.
You've won 15 Emmys.
I should have brought some in.
You break the news.
Mm-hmm.
You get the exclusives.
I try. I'll stop at nothing.
Right. But one thing Northeast Ohio might not know. She works hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
So Chad can't sing, so he has to go into funny voice. You know, because he's tone deaf, so he has to put warble into his voice to make it good. You hear it?
She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
All right,
Pretty cool.
could we just seriously?
All right, Alan?
I want to wrap. Oh.
Hold on, Alan.
All right.
How about a hand for my sweater vest?
That made his reel. By the way, Chad put this together. Chad used to use this to get work. He's like, they're going to want to see the hard for the money bit. Okay.
Huh? Yeah. You are welcome, ladies.
What should I do?
Apologize.
Should I admit that I've made mistakes?
Basically, yeah.
I got a vice
What's going on?
message the other day. That's like getting a phone call on your house phone at this point. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what?
And I'll tell you a story. About 5 years ago, I was at the Hollywood Improv, and I was auditioning, and I went on after D. Ray Davis and Jim Gaffigan. It was like my big shot. Right. I killed. And ever since then, I've been wearing the sweater vest. It's my good luck charm. So on behalf, it's a ritual. So on behalf of me to you, I want to give you this.
A Superman bag.
I believe that, by the way. I believe that. Everything except the part where he killed. Dude, I went up. I remember. I'll never forget it. I went up. I did a set. I had a sweater vest on. And ever since then, I had a sweater vest on. One time, I went up on stage, and I had a sweater vest on. And ever since that day, I vowed never not have a sweater vest on. Until I don't. Until I can't afford them. The minute I lose this job, I won't be able to go down to Dillard's and get sweater vests. I'll no longer be able to shop at Belk Lindsay's and get a sweater vest. I won't be able to go to Nordstrom Rack and get a sweater vest. Nobody knows what Belk Lindsay's is. Nobody.
You know what looks great in high def? Chad Zumock from the Alan Cox Show. WMMS, you hear him drive time every afternoon. Chad, hope you had a great
Chad, your hair's looking sharp. Jesus Christ. You're like a cross between Sonic the Hedgehog and Skrillex. You look sharp, dude. What's your gel secret?
I did, Tony. What can you say? It's Browns versus Baltimore. Baltimore's 10-4. Peyton Hillis had 144 yards in their last meeting. But the only question on my mind right now is the topic on the Alan Cox Show all week long. Is Bob Golick mad at me from last week in the grandpa comment?
No, I'm okay. You were talking about me?
Yeah, Bob.
I'm just kidding.
And I got to tell you, I'm sorry. I'm a big fan.
By the way, they're in the same bar. They just didn't have room for Chad at the desk. You can literally hear the room tone and the chatter is the same. Chad's just standing over there. Hey, Chad, we got a great idea for the shot. Go over there and pretend like you're talking to us from another location.
Restaurant. I'm physically intimidated by you. You can actually kill me with your bare hands if you wanted. So I just want to be cool with Bob Gold.
I just want to make sure that you
play. Chad, what's your prediction today?
This is good editing too. This is really showcasing the best of Chad.
Well, my birthday's tomorrow, so I'd like a Browns victory. I understand it was Hanford's birthday yesterday.
29.
Oh, that's awesome.
Capricorn. Happy.
By the way, this is the Chevrolet sponsor that gave Chad his free Cavalier that he drove into a tree while he was asleep behind the wheel after drinking too much at 3 a.m. This is the sponsorship, this Chevrolet dealership, that lost him his job. He lost his car. Remember, he brags about this all the time. I had a condo, I had a car, and I had a job. Those were the days.
Birthday, big dog.
He's
2
days older than you, Chad? Is that the deal?
Possibly. I don't know. But my prediction, I'm going to go with my pant size, 34-32 Browns. Browns, everybody?
Yes.
I like it. All right. You know what I'm talking about. You like the party. All right.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, God, Chad. Oh, God. The theme of what we're going to watch today, Aaron Imholte, Mike Calta, and Chad Zumock. And I was really realizing this while I was watching the Mike Calta show last night that we're going to be watching here in a minute. They're guys. I've said it before that like they lucked into a radio job early and then they got fired from it. Stuttering John fits in this position too. Kevin Brennan a little bit, but Kevin Brennan is funny. Chad Zumock is not entertaining. Aaron Imholte is a bore fest. Now you get away with it in Minnesota because most of Minnesota are fucking bores. So like a guy who can talk and knows a few fancy words. Seems like he might be an entertaining guy in Minnesota, and that's how he gets away with that. But Chad Zumock was always a clown on the Alan Cox show. He was third mic. We saw how much he was respected at the station. He had a tiny part of a desk where three guys shared a room. And he was this guy. He was the remote guy. We'll send Chad out to the bar. We'll send Chad out to the freeway to get people to honk. We'll send Chad out to Blockbuster Video to sign some autograph, like whatever the fuck it was. Like Chad's the on location clown. Chad's the third mic monkey stunt boy. We'll bring him in to arm wrestle a girl, that kind of stuff. Chad was never a main character. Chad was never a guy who brought something to the table. They used Chad as a pawn to entertain. Aaron Imholte at least paid for his own show and was the main guy, But Chad was a guy they brought in to goof on, straight up. Like, that's what he was. And the idea that he tells people that he was, when I lost that job, I was up for several other radio jobs. You weren't. You're a fucking clown. Mike Calta is a successful radio guy by all accounts. He's been a career radio man on several different stations. Now, look, he had to play dirty to get a lot of it. He fucked Bubba the Love Sponge over pretty hard. Anybody who knows the details of that story. It's pretty much a coup that he held at Cox Radio, 102.5 The Bone in Tampa Bay, where he got a bunch of people together to backstab Bubba the Love Sponge and undercut him and lie about him. Ultimately, the thing with Spice Boy and the porn tape with Hulk Hogan and Bubba's wife, all this stuff happened. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, you should look into it. But at least you could say Mike Calta was a real successful radio guy. Now, again, up in his head, still 100% pure Staten Island trash. He 100% married a complete bozo of a woman. This woman is functionally retarded. He keeps bragging, and she loves to brag about being a therapist. She's a self-employed. She has her own business, and she's a therapist. She sucks. She ain't got no clients. She ain't got no business. Go check her Instagram. Amanda Calta stinks. And again, if you're ever sitting across from a therapist and you start getting an inkling like, oh no, I'm smarter than this person, you should run. This is a stupid bitch. And I mean that with all respect, Cowhead. I'm sorry. Again, I know that she wrapped her pretty lips around your mangled, beat up, skin tagged cock one day. And you were like, I gotta lock this down. Because you're like where the wild things are looking guy. But it's no excuse. It's no excuse at your age to be mesmerized by this stupid bitch. And then to think that we want to see her and you need to bring her to the forefront in some podcast. What this does, what all this stuff does, Chad going from radio to podcast, Aaron Imholte going from radio to podcast, Mike Calta going from radio trying to get into podcasting in this digital age, exposes these guys for what they are. Mediocre talents who cannot stand on their own. Say whatever you want. People who were forged in the podcasting world, who started podcasting, built it on their own, grew big audiences on their own, understand what it means to be captivating for a long period of time. Radio guys come from a world where they literally have a staff of anywhere from 3 to 20 people behind them, being the wind beneath their wings, coming up with stories, prepping the shows, selling ads, sitting in the room and providing commentary so they don't have to talk as much. And of course, don't forget the miracle that is commercial breaks, where they get to reset, give you the time, give you the weather, and reset the audience and get right back in for another 8 to 15 minutes of content before they have to go to another commercial. It is a crutch. It is a crutch. Not only the other humans that they rely on to bring you what seems like a good professional show, but the minute all that disappears, The minute the support staff is gone, the ad sales are gone, the other people in the room aren't there to offer their occasional quips. The minute you can't lean on, let's go to weather, let's go to traffic. All right, we'll be right back after these ads. The minute they don't have that, the professional production, the stingers, the bumpers, the contest, the underwriting, the prizes provided, all this stuff that comes with being on a professional radio station, once that's gone, and they set up a microphone in their house and have to talk to you one-on-one, the facade comes down very quickly, and you realize, oh, this guy sucks. These guys are boring as fuck. They cannot entertain on their own. They don't know what it means to be entertaining on that level. It is a different level. And I'm not saying radio is better than podcasting, podcasting is better than radio. I'm saying they're two totally different skills. People who were forged in podcasting don't rely on commercial breaks and bathroom breaks and weather on the nines and traffic copters. And we can't bring in guests nonstop and sit them down. And again, just 8-minute bites of funny before we have to go to fuck that. But these guys who are built on that, these guys, Cowhead, Chad, they think that they are the sum of all the parts of the show they were on. Chad Zumock thinks he's Alan Cox's show. Chad Zumock thinks why wouldn't I get another radio job? I was on the Alan Cox show. You were a small cog that was on its own insignificant to the formula of the show. Now, again, Aaron Imholte, Mike Calta, main characters of their show. But I'm telling you, you take away all the trappings. You take away the co-hosts, the underlings, the interns you make fun of, all that stuff, and they have to sit there one-on-one, unencumbered with the camera, and they just have to go and show you who they are. And when that happens, something amazing occurs. All the years of broadcasting, over 20 years of broadcasting, maybe 30 years of broadcasting that Mike Calta has, the insecurity creeps in, and he's left with silence ringing in his ears because there's no chattering of all the people who have to kiss his ass because they get paid to. The whole Cox Media building melts away, and he has to sit with the fact that he's mediocre AF. And boy, oh boy, does it get to somebody like Calta. You're not going to believe. Now, look, they've been doing this show a long time. As you know, they went and did a live show in Tampa. Mike Calta and his wife were like, we're ready for mainstream. We've done 3 shows. We're ready to go mainstream. And they went and did a live show. They sold tickets to it. It stank on ice. Everybody knows that. And that didn't stop him from continuing his podcast. And we have the latest episode here. And if you think they've learned anything, if you think that they've gotten better at this and they have pre-planned some conversations that are going to really tickle our funny bone, boy, oh boy, do you not know Mike Calta and his dumb bore of a wife. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. Watch his intro. I know this is Moody's favorite part. Watch the intro and see how bad this is now. You're not going to believe. You're not going to believe it. Here we go. They accidentally minimalized this. And now it's playing in a window, and now we get to see the desktop of... So I don't know if anybody wants to do some forensic exploring here, but look at this desktop. So you could literally go in here and see all their files, MCS Live, Mike Calta Show, A Cornbread Christmas. So just every video they edit with Windows Movie Maker, midget Brad Williams. What the fuck? Look at this, midget Brad Williams. Oh man, midget Fight Club movie. So you see their whole desktop because they play this in Windows Media Player, and the guy playing this realizes he's fucked up their intro. And let's see what he does to cover for the fact that he screws up the intro sequence here. And by the way, that player bar on the bottom is their player bar. Okay, so like this is my YouTube player bar here. This one is their player bar. So like they don't know how to put an intro on a show without like just playing it and screen capping it. Which is why when they fuck up and hit the wrong key and it minimizes, we see their whole desktop. But let's see what their solution is, because they screw this up. And sometimes when you screw up, you got to make it right. Let's see how they fix it. Oh, we're going to play it again. Oh, we're going to play it again. Sorry about that. Sorry, I screwed that up. We'll just play it again. We're going to play it again. Professional therapist. Professional therapist. Keep that in mind. We're watching a professional broadcaster and a professional therapist. Oh no.
I don't like the look of it.
Welcome to the Me and My Wife podcast.
The bags under his eyes are getting worse and worse. I'm not going to make fun of his moon topography face with all these bumps and crags. That's not what I do. Who knows what caused this divot? Maybe this piece that's bumping out on his chin is the piece that fell out of that hole. I don't know. Is it a puzzle? Are we supposed to put this together like an escape room? I don't know. But I will tell you this. The bags under these eyes are telling. I don't know what's going on, but this is like, right before people died at sea with scurvy. Is the look going on here. So really, really rough stuff, but let's get it going.
Yes. I am me, Mike Calta, radio superstar. That is my wife, Amanda Calta.
Hi.
Therapist. And
better speaker.
Sorry, it's been a while. I was a little bit out of sorts. Everybody, we sometimes... Amanda has...
Moving this camera around. That's right. We'll find the center. It was fine. The camera was fine. Watch it just move. Watch it just drift for no reason.
A little bit out of sorts. Everybody, we sometimes, Amanda has a real job. So sometimes she gets busy and we get busy and we haven't done it for a little while. But
Amanda has a real job. Dude, she's saving lives. She's a therapist. She's, come on, man. We got a real therapist lady here.
I'm like a decades late Dane Cook without the charisma, tour dates, and sobriety.
It's pretty true.
Patrick, I have to spike my hair all crazy because if I didn't, you would see my oblong, deformed, fetal alcohol potato head.
Ugh.
I'm like a decades late Dane Cook minus the charisma, tour dates, and sobriety.
You sent that in twice. That's how much you believed in it.
I too have a directional problem. Yo, my wickets. That's all I got. That intro always makes me laugh.
Fatty McButterpants missed goal again.
Hey, Ray, head on over to that movie boxing gym and go get some light work in on that doughy fat boy who hates women. You need to find a legal way to get your aggression out.
Yes, Ray. MMC, I think a spiked up and gelled haircut and a nice sweater could have carried you a long way in the comedy biz. Again, Chad is where I was at 4 years in the business. I'm not. This is not a joke. Chad works Side Splitters and McCurdy's. These are local strip mall comedy clubs in Florida. I'm not kidding. Chad is opening on the road for 3 guys, occasionally. Chad is where I was at in comedy in 2007. It's not a joke. I'm being 100% objective with you. That's where Chad is 20 years in the biz. He's by any measure you want to take, gone backwards. He's not working the Hollywood Improv. He ain't at the Ice House anymore. God forbid he ever gets a real gig at a Funny Bone or an improv featuring ever again on his own merit. Dave Stroop ain't calling. I know he likes when you mention Booker names. Like he's gone backwards. He's gone backwards. If he didn't have personal contacts, he wouldn't work. If Florentine and Swartzen didn't throw him gigs, and when was the last time you heard him work for Godfrey? Honestly, he calls Godfrey and Godfrey picks his nose on his stream. When was the last time he opened for Godfrey? It's been a minute. And by a minute, I mean years. So we're really dealing with Florentine and Swartzen. And without those personal connections, and I mean personal, he would have nothing. He would have no gigs at all. Jim tells you Chad only has a fizzle reel and a dribble in his pants. No. He gets puss. And he has more money than Rob Saul. He gets pussy and he has more money than Rob Saul. These are facts. Hello? Great stuff. You let us know. If you ever figure it out.
The hardest part about marrying this batshit mid-chick is pretending she's actually a therapist. Fuck, man, if this bitch mentions Wu-Tang one more time, I'm walking onto I-95 with my eyes closed.
Yeah. She can't even afford her own tracker ring that's on her fucking finger right here. Isn't this one of those rings that crunchy women wear to track their ovulation and heartbeat or whatever? They look cool. They look really, really cool.
But we're back in action.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you as well. I was kind of thinking that nobody would care. You know what I mean?
They don't. I was thinking nobody would care. Maybe she is a therapist. Maybe she is onto something here. Hello? Come on, you can do it. Fucking hell. All right, we might turn phones off if everybody's going to be this retarded.
Ignore my camera issue, my sticky super tips, and black eye as we zoom in on Calta. What a loser am I, right?
Yeah, anyone who thinks I have a black eye is retarded. I can't help you with that. So I guess just keep dealing with it. Coach Gregory B., member for 21 months. Chad will work at least 13 dates to see you brush your teeth with a pistol. Chad will work at least 13 dates to see you brush your teeth with a pistol. He couldn't book 13 gigs in a year if he tried. Again, like, Chad works the phones. Nobody brags about being on the phone more than Chad. Just got off the phone with this guy. He tweets about it. Just got off the phone. Every time Chad's on the phone, he tweets about it. And then if he gets a text in the middle of a show, he lets you know, I'm getting a text from a girl in like a non-sexual way, though. Like, cool update, nerd. Holy shit. You said that out of your mouth. You used your vocal cords to formulate that sentence. I'm getting a text from a girl in a non-sexual way. Oh, you're getting a non-sexual text? Keep us posted, weirdo. By the way, that's the quickest way to make a non-sexual text sexual is to mention sex. I'm texting with Liz Melee, but not for sex. Okay. Fuck, you made it weird. Yeah, I love that stuff. Jay Warren, thank you for becoming a new member. Jay Mo, leave Bob Kelly BFF alone. Bob Kelly BFF? Who? Coach Ubiquity, member for 36 months. Kyle Majestic has a better show intro. Yes, that's true. James Gartner gifting 5 Nobody Likes Onions memberships, bringing us to 45 memberships today. Thank you guys so much. Tukey's Fish Burrow, also a member for 14 months. Y'all best recognize.
I mean, like not that like people hated us, but they were just like indifferent.
Right, they could live without it.
Right.
All right, we're going to try one more call. This is the future of calls on this show because I'm shutting down the phones if this doesn't work. Hello? Hello? All right, we're shutting down calls. Thank you. Thank you. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it.
I'm sure they can.
But I was surprised and elated at the fact that people were like, "Where's the podcast? When's I missed the podcast?" And I was like, "Are you being serious right now?"
Yeah.
I too am also being serious. Every time people are like, "Show today," I'm like, "You really like me? You really mean it? You know, hold on. Is this a bit where you're like, hey, when's NLO on? Hold on, really? You want it?"
Yeah, we did not quit. We just got busy and it got long. But we have a lot of things to talk about. Let's start with this.
Are you, first of all, let's vote in the chat. Vote in the chat. Are they going to talk about A, fish fillet sandwiches, B, raccoons, C, getting a new car, or D, medical problems? Fish fillet, raccoons, getting a new car, or medical problems. Place your bets. Place your bets. Place your bets. It's raccoons.
This new obsession of yours, this rabid raccoon that is in my neighborhood that
First
you're
of all,
trying to get to be our new pet.
Let me stop you.
I didn't know if there was a perfect topic that could illustrate his lack of ability to broadcast and be interesting and her lack of intelligence. This is like the perfect storm. This is an F5 of showcasing his boring personality and her completely turned off brain. Strap the fuck in for this.
He does not have rabies.
You don't know.
I do know. I know for a fact.
How?
I asked him.
Okay. Let me.
She asked a raccoon if he has rabies. This is a real topic happening on a podcast.
Let me just point out to everybody, we have a lot of pets in this home, some of which I didn't want and some of which she didn't want. And we get along with them all pretty good. To start off, we have a gold.
We have a lot of pets and we get along pretty good. Okay.
Doodle named Mabel, who is a pretty big dog.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a Huskapoo, which is a husky and a poodle that we got from my daughter, who loves huskies, and we love that dog too. We have a tortoise named Ralphie, who weighs about 120 pounds, is about 23 years old.
I don't care. I don't care.
And we have a midget cat, a real dwarf cat. Munchkin cat, whatever the right fucking thing to say is, named Lucy, who I will find myself petting every once in a while, but I really fucking hate.
No.
Hate. Like, I hate because of the things that she does when I'm not around.
You hate her actions.
She pees on our clothes. She pees. If you lock her in a room, she'll pee on the bed. I mean,
the willingness of these people. Is it a radio thing? Both Aaron Imholte and Mike Calta love going on the air and telling everyone they live in piss and they live in shit. Yeah, my dog shits and pisses all over my bed, all over the floor. Cool. Yeah, our cat pisses on the floor and pisses on our clothes and pisses on our bed. Yikes. Yikes. I mean, gross. And then they're just like, what are you going to do, man? Everything I own smells like cat piss. What are you going to do? I mean, if Mersh ever opened up honestly about the amount of cat piss in his system, we would be.
She's a real cunt of a cat. It's the truth. You've said worse about her.
No.
I would never hurt an animal, ever. But I would love to throw her against the wall one time.
No.
I never would. In my head, I'm never going to kill somebody, but in my head, I've killed them a couple of times.
Okay.
So that kind of thing.
And
At the same time, though, I find myself picking Lucy up and petting her too. So
you're like, oh, look at her. She buries her head in my
she likes to
arm,
get
and
in my
look, she
little fat
loves
roll.
this and whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Calta. This is Calta without Galvin and his interns and his production staff and his weather guy and his news guy and his traffic girl and the ad sales staff and whatever other fucking weird shit they have down at but like he can barely open it. It's like Simply Sarah when she's cooking. She can barely open her mouth to enunciate syllables. He's too lazy to talk. This is where we're at. Too lazy to open his mouth and speak.
So
and you missed one of our pets?
Oh, Juliana, she's 12.
No.
What?
Elliot.
So this is the deal. So we have a courtyard type area in our back driveway. And one day I'm in the studio here and the Ring doorbell goes off in the back door. So I look on the doorbell and there's this fucking raccoon trying to open the lid on the garbage can. So I get a gun, a pellet gun, and I go out there. It's not even enough to break the skin. I figured if I shoot it in the ass once, it'll just get scared and not come.
Now, I don't know what kind of pellet gun you had. I had a Red Ryder with a compass in the stock and this thing that tells time. A pellet, if you think a pellet gun can't break your skin, you're out of your mind. You don't even, mine was a combo pellet BB gun. BB guns can break your skin. A pellet gun can't break your skin. You're lying. You're lying.
I'm back. So I got the gun and I couldn't find the pellets and I went out there and looked and it saw me and it was eaten and then it got nervous and it left and I was like, all right, whatever. Then next thing I know, the reason it keeps coming around is because the raccoon whisperer over here is feeding it.
Okay. Yes, that is true.
His wife is feeding raccoons at their house. This is how dumb this bitch is. Now, again, if this is my therapist, the minute I hear this, I'm out. I'm out. And every one of her customers should run. If she has a client, and I don't think she does, because, again, go check her social media. It is cricket town over there. If this was your therapist and you found out she's feeding raccoons in her backyard, how fast would you ask for a referral to someone else?
The information is true, but it's like if a stray cat or a stray dog came up to your house and was like, hey, I'm just out here trying to make it.
Different.
No.
Different. That's when you take it in. And it's not an animal. It's designed to live outside.
That's
the raccoon
not true.
is designed to live outside.
Okay. So again, this is the professional broadcaster guy who can't find the words to express the difference between domesticated animals and non-domesticated animals. It's not designed to live outside. Yes. When Raytheon came up with the raccoon, it was never intended to be in an indoor climate. What?
Okay, maybe. But I will say that this raccoon is very, very people-oriented, very social.
Okay, so this is your therapist. This is your therapist. How much confidence do you have in anything she ever tells you if she's saying, I talked to a raccoon and he's very people-oriented? How much confidence do you have in her diagnosis of you and your issues?
It is food centric. It is only social with you because you're giving it food. You've given it.
That's
all right,
any
let me ask you a
animal.
question. Have
How
you
do
given
you
it
train
grapes?
What?
Have you given it grapes?
Yes.
Have you given it marshmallows?
Yes.
Have you given it cat food?
Yes.
Have you given it salmon?
Why are you asking me?
'Cause
What's the difference?
These are all the reasons why Elliot loves
Any
you.
animal.
Grapes, marshmallows, cat food, and salmon. She's putting out sushi grade salmon. She cuts it thin with a Japanese knife given to you by Moody. She lays it out there. I mean, this is insanity. And she's like, well, how do you domesticate an animal? It's like, yeah. This dumb bitch probably thinks that's how wolves turned into dogs. Somebody invited a wolf in one day, and now it's a dog. It definitely didn't take generations of slow buildup and a symbiotic relationship between the wolf pack and the humans. And by the way, when that started, I don't think they were indoors. So
no,
any animal.
I don't feed the dogs. The dogs love me more than anybody.
So she thinks like if as soon as I give a raccoon salmon, that's how you make a pet raccoon. Right.
Okay,
Deny that.
You provide a home where the dogs
They don't
get
know.
fed.
They don't know who provides this home.
What? Shut up. Stop. Every animal is drawn in by food. That's how you train animals. That's how you develop a relationship with animals.
Right. Why not smear cat food on your floor every night before you go to bed? And when you wake up and have tons of roaches, be like, oh, look what I did. I domesticated a bunch of roaches. Dude, that's how you do it. Like, yeah, of course, like they're meant to be like outdoor free range cockroaches, but I feed them every day. So now they're my pets. I mean, if that was the case, this is just how poor people live.
That's how me and Elliot are developing our relationship.
Okay. And she's named the raccoon Elliot.
Okay. I just don't feel like. All right, so let me ask you this. I don't mind. I think it's cute. You talk to the stupid raccoon and all that stuff.
I think it's cute if my wife, and she's retarded, if I caught her outside talking to a pest, and that's what raccoons are. They're nightmares. And by the way, you will get rabies. That's a fact. And you're lucky that he doesn't show up with 9 other raccoons.
What is the next step in this?
I think, okay, so originally I was thinking that he could come inside and
It's never
hold on, let me finish what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Originally, I was thinking that he could come inside and that we could get matching pajamas and that it would be fun and we would sit on the couch. Now that I've thought about it a little bit more, I've done some research.
This isn't even funny. She's not delivering this like it's comedy. She's not joking around. This is her dumb female bird brain. I thought I'd invite it inside and we get matching pajamas and sit on the couch. She really had that thought. I'm not being obtuse. I understand that she probably knows that can't happen, but she had this fantasy. She had this idea. She thought that was cute. This is a virus in your household, not the raccoon, the wife. This woman is working against progress in your life. She's dumb. She's holding you back. And again, if the fact that she thinks she's a therapist is insane. Imagine being her patient. Just imagine it. You'd be disrespecting yourself to let this woman be your therapist. It's untenable.
I don't necessarily think that would be good for him.
Okay.
So
Him. Anybody.
I'm also thinking that maybe he might be a girl. If that is that what you were going on?
No. How do you? I meant you it may not be good for anybody, but how do you know it's a girl?
I don't know, but I'm starting to think because again of my raccoon research, because of his stature and his size and his kind of like more gaunt body, that it might be a girl.
Okay.
But I don't know yet. But anyway, so since I've been doing my research, I've come to
So you asked him if he has rabies and got a definitive no, but you're afraid to ask the sex of your pajama pal?
conclusion that it might be better for Elliot to remain an outdoor raccoon that just comes and hangs out. But I do think at some point I would like to pet him, but I'm going to get gloves. Like the gloves that zookeepers wear, where if
the
you
gloves that you put on before you stick your hands in the charcoal.
yeah,
for a fire.
like a thick glove. So if he got scared and he accidentally bit me, which he would do only because he was scared and not out of malice, I would be.
Even if she thinks she's being funny, she's retarded. Like, there's no way any part of what she's saying doesn't land in the retarded bucket. Like, oh, yeah, I'm sure it can't bite through gloves. And by the way, that's what'll happen. The raccoon will bite you and then run away. It definitely won't take its fucking claws and dig it into that pretty face of yours and that fat upper body flesh you got and tear them titties asunder. I'm talking about ripping areolas off and flinging them across the yard like a frisbee. That's what that raccoon's going to do. You think the raccoon's going to bite you and then go hee 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 and run away? No. Fangs of fury, claws of death. That's what happens with a raccoon. Fact. If you've never seen a raccoon attack somebody, you don't know. Once it gets up in that hair and starts flailing around, it's over, Missy. It's over.
Protected.
How do you know? Oh, God. I've made it very clear to you and on the air, and I will say it now on this podcast. If this raccoon is to scratch and scar your face in any way that makes you look horrendous, I will no longer have to be married to you.
That's
okay. This moment is what turns this podcast into gold. Him insulting, saying if you became ugly, I wouldn't be with you. Now again, he's fully comfortable being with a woman who's retarded as fuck. He's totally cool with being with a dumb bird-brained bitch. But if anything happens to that Caitlyn Jenner-esque face of yours, we're gonna have to talk. Now it's going to turn into a physical discussion about Mike Calta. And we are going to see insecurity. I never knew. This is the rest of this show is going to be about Mike Calta, what he's uncomfortable with about his face, and how the comments get to him on the internet, but they don't get to him. He just wishes they would stop. It's great. What we're about to see is unreal. Rumham Charlie, what's up with her thumb? Man hands? Thank you, OJ. Yes.
At least I don't wear the same fucking shirt every time I do my show like that crippled cunt Quad.
Oh my God. Why is Quad and fake me fighting?
Notes regarding the intro to my new comedy special, Black and White, just music for audio. Fade into a scene of me sitting at the bar at the Olive Tree Cafe with Nick and Godfrey. I look at my watch, showtime. High five Nick, fist bump Godfrey, camera follows. I walk down to the cellar, fist clench and hug bouncer, walk into cellar hall where Nick is hanging out. We high five, Godfrey leaning at the doorway to the room. We homie hug and fist bump. Cut to me grabbing a drink. Camera pulls out and Nick and Godfrey are sitting at the bar. We high five and fist bump. Get my drink, walk onto stage, fade in the color, title card. We're doing it.
Yeah, and then there's 3 minutes left in the special, and that's when you go, please clap. I got it. Paul Shea, show me on this doll where radio hurt you. Me? No, it's just a theme, man. If you can't see it, if you can't see all these guys literally hiding behind the barrier of all the support you get from a radio station, like, again, this is Mike Calta when he doesn't have anybody. This is him. We are 7 minutes into this. Like, if this was radio, they'd be about to go to break and they'd reset and then try something else during the next block. But no, we're going to hear 40 minutes now of Mike Calta's insecurity, and it don't stop.
Thanks, Mrs. Calta. I'll be back next week for therapy. I knew I wasn't a narcissist, I told them. Oh, yeah. So I did the Trash Panda thing you said. How do I get them to stop attacking Slam Pig now?
That's a good point.
Bink, bong, boom, bank, boom, bing, bang, boom, bonk, and, of course, wang.
Of course. Herb says the painting of Kramer she has in the background has been the mark of a midwit who thinks they have a zany personality for 35 years. Yes, this is the Kramer from that episode. So I should take mine down, is what you're saying, Herb? Herb, is it? Silence Dogood. Growing up, we had a pump BB gun that required about 12 pumps for a real shot. We would pump it 1 or 2 times and shoot each other. Please don't kill me. Yeah, same. I think 10 times was like a full capacity. And of course, 1 or 2 was like, yeah, put on a long sleeve shirt and it's not even going to hurt, but you'll know you got tagged. So, same. But thinking that 10 pumps or 12 pumps isn't going to break skin, again, especially with a pellet over a BB, you're nuts. You're fucking nuts. Like, it'll definitely kill a bird or a lizard or something like that, but like, it'll break the skin on a human. Faux show. So I don't know what he's talking about. And I also love, again, a grown man with a BB gun. That's pretty cool. He's got a BB gun. A grown man. Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I would just like to say
Yes.
that I put up with your face every day,
I understand that.
despite all of its flaws.
But I know that. But this is the face you married.
No, it's
Well,
changed.
It's
This
droops a
face
little.
is 25
It's been pummeled by asteroids for decades.
years older than the one that I married.
true. That's true. But you knew that was coming. The age progression.
I think that I thought by this time in the future that there would be something that
help
came
it.
out right that would stop the aging process.
We did explore that yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday.
This is, you know what this reminds? It's like a couple that doesn't talk in real
Why is
life.
the white Shrek being mean to Fiona?
Why is the white Shrek being mean to Fiona? This is like a couple that you can tell they like never talk. So they come in here, they turn on the mics, and this is like their mundane everyday conversation, but we have to listen to it. She's a therapist. Like, if your marriage is suffering, like, figure it out. Why subject us to this? This is where you guys have to come in and talk about the raccoon problem. Got it.
We went to the dermatologist. I talked about this morning.
Yeah, hold on. Look at my nose.
Oh, yeah.
Again, this is all Stephen Bravo's fault. I see in the chat, this is all Stephen Bravo's fault today that we had to look at her pores. You pores. Hit the like button. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's got a little thing on her nose she had to have checked out.
Mm-hmm.
Couple
Skin
of things.
checks. Get your skin checks.
Couple of
Oh, boy.
things about that appointment. So Amanda went to get her skin checked, so they made her get down to her bra and panties.
Mhm.
And that's something you should see, folks. I mean,
This is all these old radio guys have is sex. They all got a complex about Howard Stern, and now they all think edgy equals sex. And he's doing this to, by the way, look at the look on his wife's face. She's really enjoying that. This is Kate Meany right here. That's who this is. This is Kate Meany if she marries well. Someone who can afford to keep her hair done, because mommy's money's gone. But like, he thinks it's edgy to be like, they made her take off her clothes and get down to her panties, folks. She got down to her skibbies. Because he's a shock jock. It's all he knows.
couple
Skin
of
checks.
things.
Get your skin checks.
Couple of things about that appointment. So Amanda went to get her skin checked, so they made her get down to her bra and panties.
Mhm.
And that's something you should see, folks. Let me tell you that. You got pretty naked, and then your super hot dermatologist
My
came in.
dermatologist is very
So, classic shock jock. use your wife for content at her expense, and then neg her by talking about another woman you find more attractive. I love that, dude. That's funny. That's funny. Do you see it right in front of his wife? He's talking about how hot another girl is. That's funny, dude. That's fucking funny, bro.
Very, very, very pretty.
Oh my god, that was quite a treat for me.
That is quite a treat because normally, like, I'm looking at you, and then like your dermatologist walks in, she's like a buzz, like a 10. You know what I mean? That was a treat for me. That was a treat for me seeing a hot girl.
Felt like I was watching it play out.
Dr. Brown is very pretty.
If that other chick wasn't in the back cock blocking the whole deal, who knows if you guys would have started making
You're
out
the
or
worst.
whatever.
You're gonna make her drop me as a patient.
No, I'm just kidding. So she
I'm just kidding. She's trash.
Checked you out and she looked at you for bumps and bruises and scars and moles and all that stuff, and you did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you did pretty good. You passed your bump test.
The thing on your nose, she didn't feel too concerned about, but she had to take a biopsy of, and I had to watch them stick a.
Imagine her. This is what we're supposed to believe. She went in because of a thing on her nose. She looked in the mirror and was like, I better have this looked at. This guy wakes up every day and is like, all good. All good. You can hang a coat off some of these fucking protrusions. Like, I love that she's the one going to the dermatologist to get it looked at. He's like, nah, I'm fine. I'm fine. My skin is 80 grit sandpaper, but you better get that looked at.
Needle in your nose and then cut that thing off. And I have to tell you, I would not have done as well as you did. That hurt me watching you.
That was tough. That was pretty bad.
And I watched you get your nose pierced, and you didn't flinch at all.
The cutting the thing off was fine because I was already
Couldn't
numb.
feel it.
But the needle was bad. I felt like that pierced my soul.
I will tell you that in my entire life, the two worst needles I got were one in my eye, right here in that corner part of your eye, into the whatever that is, bone or cartilage or whatever.
Okay, this made me curl up into a fetal position and rock for 20 minutes the first time I heard this. That's a thing they do? Kill me. Kill me. We need to put a needle in your eye. I'm good. Where do I go to be ground up into burgers? No, thanks.
Your
right into that.
Orbital bone or something.
I mean, they had to numb my eye, so they had to put it right in there. That fucking hurt like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
But nothing was worse than when they tried to give me PRP. That's the stem cell replacement in the back of my heels for like, I don't know, whatever a heel issue is. And
But that's your Achilles tendon, right? Like, isn't that the most...
So he's doing this thing now that Aaron Imholte does, the resting the fingers on the face. Again, just another warning sign that you're a broadcaster with nothing, I guess. Is this just some coping mechanism that losers who normally do radio do when they're podcasting? They like, I'm so bored with my own show, I'll just lean on my fingers. Got it.
Painful, horrible thing that you could pierce.
I don't know. So my both my tendons were sore from just being fat and walking my whole life, and they said that this would go and they would regenerate and they would do it, blah blah. And the dungeon that I was in when I had this done, I have no idea. I did it through the radio station through somebody that was going to be an actor, but it was a doctor.
It was a doctor. It was a weird scenario, though.
It was like it reminded me of that movie Minority Report when Tom Cruise has to get a new eye.
Fool's digit. Dope digit. We got to have alliteration. Dummy digit. DJ digit.
eyeballs, and they're just like doing an eyeball removal surgery inside of an apartment somewhere. That's what I felt like.
Yes. So can I just say this? I think this is a testament to what a trooper you are, or a testament to how much you like to eat. But
this is either a testament to your resilience or what a fat fuck you are. Really? It's one of those two things. Anybody want to wager?
that day you went in, and the whole thing is that they do like a little bit of liposuction.
Look at him pushing his skin up. This looks like one of those masks. Like with the chubby, I mean, like, what's... like, there's... Look how many little... And again, this is me saying this, and everybody makes fun of my face. I don't have... I know it's hard to tell with all the lighting and stuff. I got black eyes and lumps and bumps. No. My skin is mostly smooth. There's none of these fucking moon bases set up. These, and again, like up here in the eye, there's like a gouge. Like whatever that is. These forehead gouges, and then again, just giant lumps and crags and liver spots. But he told his wife, if a raccoon scratches your face, I'm divorcing you. Okay. Get ready. Get ready for all of Mike Calta's insecurities.
Like the tiniest bit to take some of your fat out, because then they like spin it.
Right.
And they do something to use that to put the stem cells in and then to inject it.
Yeah.
This is centrifugal.
So they did like the tiniest bit of liposuction
in my belly.
on your
They
belly.
took it out of my belly.
Right. So they took, maybe this little vial of fat, spun it up, did the whole thing, injected it into your heel or whatever. And then we left. So you were a little bit drugged up, and we had dinner reservations that night. And it wasn't any like special event or anything. We were just going to dinner with our friends.
Yeah.
And
I had a huge, it
you
was like
were
a bullet wound.
gushing. So they had to like put fluid in there to like mix it up or whatever so they could get the fat out. So you're literally the whole day.
He just yawned. Did you see that?
Up or whatever so they could get the fat out. So you're literally the whole...
He's yawning in the middle of his wife's story about him. Ramble.
day oozing out of your stomach, drugged up. You go take a shower, get dressed. We're riding over there, and on the ride to the restaurant, your shirt is just saturated with blood and fluid that's coming.
What the fuck is happening? She's telling him a story that he was there for.
Now,
I had a bandage on. It was the bandage.
And it was
You know how I know this is real therapy for them, like so they can talk. They're not talking to the audience. She's telling him, and then you took a shower, and then you, on the way to the restaurant, you had blood coming out of your stomach, and your shirt was saturated with fluid. She's not saying like, guys, you should have seen it. Okay. He goes and takes a shower, and then we're going out to dinner. And on the way to dinner, I look over, I notice his shirt is, she's not telling a story to you, the audience. This is a couple having a conversation because they don't talk in real life. It's again why she's Snow White out on the porch talking to birds and raccoons. She's a lonely, bored bitch. He works from home and they don't talk. This is fucking bananas right here.
What did Calta say when he got back from his honeymoon with Amanda?
I could have fucked her.
Daddy Big Sauce, I caught a badger. I'm feeding it like Miss Cowhead said. Bring home a bed and a stress vest for it.
I too have a badger bed.
Bed and a stress vest.
His sausage-thick finger drifted up, slow as a bad idea, and landed clumsily on his cheek. It wobbled there, aimless, like a lost drunk looking for a door that wasn't there. Then, With the grace of a busted typewriter key, it slid down, leaving nothing but silence and secondhand embarrassment. We call this
the podcast poke. That's a good name, the podcast poke.
Radio man turned podcaster rest our pointer fingers under our eyes, pointing towards our brains because we wish that that's where the thoughts would come out of. Yawn.
It's pretty good. Paul Shea says, Jesus Cristo, that was a joke. I don't know what you're talking about. Too late.
But it was coming through.
Yeah, it was a dark shirt.
Look, the podcast poke. You're right. It's the podcast poke. It's the fingers of a gun. The podcast poke. We've dubbed it. Ricky Bev. Yep, Ricky Bev. The podcast poke. Oh, no, wait. Who was it? Ace. Ricky Bev with an assist, but Ace coined it. The podcast poke. Ooh.
Many times I'm like, we should just go home. Like, we don't have to go to dinner. And you were like, no. Like, you were the most determined to go to dinner that I've ever, like, somebody that was trying to save their
I
child.
don't even remember where we were going or what we were doing.
We went to the casino.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
Oh, this guy loves the casino.
Yeah, it was bizarre. I've never seen anybody so dead set on doing anything.
Yeah.
But we did it.
Well,
we went to dinner.
So this story is about a time when your husband wanted to eat. Save it for the podcast. Remember that time you had surgery and your gut was leaking all over the car and your clothing? And you were like, still, we got to get to the restaurant. Save it for the podcast. Dude, don't give away this gold.
Dinner, I think you fell asleep at dinner.
Maybe.
And yeah, it was great.
I used to fall asleep a lot.
Yes.
I used to always think it was because I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, which definitely adds to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I now know for the last 10 years or so that it was
that my blood sugar is dog shit.
It was because I have sleep apnea and I was not using the sleep machine. That has changed my life.
You know what I love about the current world we're building? And don't get me wrong, I'm an out of shape slob, but I know I'm fat and need work. Everyone else who's a giant fat piece of shit is just like, I'll just get a CPAP machine and some Ozempic and carry on eating cheesesteaks. What? Like, it's tapping out in life. I'll just get a whole bunch of shit that allows me to keep being a whole bunch of shit. It's like, or, and hear me out, what if we don't eat a bag of russet potatoes every day and skip the Ozempic? It's nuts. And again, look, everyone struggles with their health stuff. Weight is, especially in America, it's a tough thing, you know? But like, I love how everyone gives up. I love how everyone's just like, no, I'll just get, because I'm so fat, I can't breathe. I'll get a machine that just forces oxygen down my gullet every night. Problem solved. It's like, no, you still look like Shrek. You still look fucking gross. You're still overweight. It's still unhealthy. Like, but I love it. I love it. Out of one side of our mouth, we're all like, dude, body positivity. You're beautiful at any size. Don't fall for what the mainstream media has told you beautiful is, even though we know what beautiful is. There's a reason you're attracted to certain people and shapes, and yeah, it's your animal wiring. So out of one side of our mouth, that's what we tell everybody. Like, don't worry about it. Be fat. Be you. You're beautiful. And on the other side, there's over 100 million people in this country injecting themselves into the stomach with a drug so that they can keep eating slices of cake by the handful out of a vending machine. We're insane. We're insane. Like we're so fucking broken as a country, man.
It has, but it's interesting that you say that you used to fall asleep a lot.
I involuntarily fell asleep before. Now I just do this.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to sleep.
Shut up, Rover. Rover, you turn sideways, you miss him.
Now, like now, I like to take. Now I'm a napping fool.
Yes.
I like to take naps.
Right.
But before, I mean, I would put my head on a pole for 2 seconds and fall asleep. I was out cold when we used to go. I remember when you worked for New York Life, and those people would be having like happy hour stuff, and you're like, "Oh, come to my work happy hour," and I was like, because I was still trying to get you, so I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I have to go to this boring ass bowling thing or something, and while I'm there with all these people I don't know,
so he's never enjoyed her company. He's never, ever, ever liked her personality. I would go to these stupid things because I was still trying to get you. I'm
exhausted from being up at 4 o'clock in the morning. These guys are like having cocktails, and I'm falling asleep at the table.
Yeah, but that's like normal. Like that's normal life that you go to work and then you get off at 5 o'clock and you go do something.
But I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day and then staying up late at night.
And
it was not a healthy life.
But you did that to get this fucking midbrain bitch. You deprived yourself of sleep so that you could fuck this loser. No offense, but all offense. You know. You're supposed to fuck this one and throw her back. You're not supposed to take her home. You know, this is insane. You were like, I better lock this down. She's dead-eyed. There's nothing up here. Like, this is Kate Meany. You're supposed to rub your penis on it until it makes squirt and then let it go because she's dumb. That's what you do with girls like this. He's like, I better put a ring on it so that she can talk to raccoons in my backyard.
Lifestyle.
Choking out while you're sleeping.
No, that's true, yeah.
Anyway, rewind. So we went to the dermatologist.
I talked.
Somebody said I thought she was trans but she does have that same like look. I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm saying that there's a mannish appearance to her face, just like Kate Meany. Kate Meany has that square jaw where sometimes she makes a face where it's like, whoa, you got a Y chromosome? You got a Y chromosome?
About this a little today.
Okay.
We went to the dermatologist, and while we're there, we always joke about doing something about my butthole eyes. I don't know if you noticed, but I got butthole eyes.
I don't know if you noticed, but I've got butthole eyes. Here's where it all going to start. Here's where we're going to get to see the insecurity manifest itself from this loser. Watch the rabbit hole we go down.
I don't
They've
think
been called
anybody sees
lasagna.
that.
What's that?
I don't think anybody sees that.
Yeah, I know, right? I had to point it out. So, I don't know if it's a Staten Island thing because Pete Davidson has them too, and he's always talking about his baggy eyes.
It's from the garbage.
Yes, you and Pete Davidson are the same. You and Pete Davidson are the same guy. You both got your Ariana Grandes.
Did you think?
It may be. It might be the
fumes.
The fumes, yeah. Anyway, I got puffy eyes, and the fact that I wear the sleep apnea mask doesn't help that because it pushes everything up.
Oh no. Oh no.
While I'm in there.
Yeah.
So
you look like a little Sharpay.
yeah. So while we're there, we were joking about it, and there is an advertisement that show eyes before and after eyes. There's a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of this and a lot of this.
Yeah.
And what it was for an eyedropper or an eye drop. Who?
Upneek.
Upneek?
Yeah, like UPNEEQ.
Upneek.
Unique. That's that YouTuber we were making fun of last time. I got to go find this. Upneek. A 30 vial pack of Upneek. Oh no. Oh no. Is this real? right, this is before. This is still way better than Calta. Wow. Wow, what a difference. Blockbuster Video. So what this does is it makes you open your eye. Ever so, like, we're supposed to look at this and be like, whoa. Whoa. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that much of a difference. There is a difference for sure. But if we're talking percentage wise, what, 10%? 15%? Like, what are we doing? And just in general, again, all this kind of stuff, upneek, hair dye. Do you really want to get on this train for life? You know, I get onto my wife for this stuff all the time. She's constantly buying new salves and creams and lotions and scrubs and like, how many monthly subscriptions do we want? You know, I'm poor. We don't make a lot of money over here at The Onion. You know, I rarely hit a goal. But like, aside from the money aspect of it, do you want to be on the train? Like, you're just adding things to your daily routine, your weekly routine, your monthly routine. Dyeing my hair. Michael Ray Bauer, Aaron Imholte. We're going to start dyeing our hair. Okay, who has the time? Who has the time? Why? People get old. This is the problem, too, when you marry a bitch for her looks instead of her personality and brain. Or connection. Or anything genuine. You're like, when I married you, your lips were shiny and full. And I like the way they wrap around my cock. If you ever get scraped by a raccoon and one of your lips gets all mangled, you're out of here. What are we going to do? Sit around and talk about upneek all day? Please. Please. So, Calta, the woman that he is, and the insecure bitch that he is, of course, purchases upneek.
Neek.
That's the eye drops, and you put them in your eye, and they're supposed to widen your eyes a little bit,
and make them whiter,
and wider. So
now we're whitening our teeth, we're whitening our eyes, we're CPAPing it up, we're dyeing our hair. I swear to God, I'll find a way to make me a different person if it costs $1 million.
Lifts it up almost.
Yeah.
So, so sure enough, I got the eye drops yesterday. Put them in. They did make a difference.
Amazing.
Well, I wouldn't say amazing.
It was amazing.
Amazing, you'd say.
Okay.
Amazing. Beta.
Half the time I'm talking to you, I don't know if you're looking at me or not.
Right.
Partly because I'm not wearing my glasses, and
half the time you're talking to me, I don't know whether you're looking at me or not. You Chinese. You drink Coke. What is it?
Because I can't tell if your eyes are open.
Okay.
Oh.
Yesterday, I did not have my glasses on, and I could see the whites of your eyes gleaming and twinkling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the raccoon.
You were awake, your eyes were open, and I could see it.
Yeah, well, it's the upneek. It
Look,
worked.
Joe's interested.
So now he's on upneek. Now every morning I put drops in my eyes, and then I don't look like a horrible Fraggle Rock Craggle monster. Every morning I put the upneek in my...
Interested.
I am. I think this is nice.
So now it's revealed, all this time, there's a producer in the studio. He can't even do this pathetic podcast on his own. He's got a producer sitting in studio that he's paying to run this shitty operation. That's funny. Again, something these radio guys can't do. And you saw it the minute April left. Aaron has never bothered to learn about how to stream. The minute April left, he was in a free fall. I don't know how to do the template. I don't know how to do the green screen. I don't know how to do the camera. I don't know how to get the layer. I don't know how to bring Johnny on Zoom. I don't know. He doesn't, like, to this day, every day there's a technical struggle. Same with Cowhead. He's like, do a podcast from my house. We're going to need a guy. We're going to need to bring in a guy.
This is very nice.
What about these?
What about them?
Holy shit. What about these? Chinese, Japanese. Knock knees. Look at these. Nailed it. Nailed it. Let's get you in an ad for Lens Crafters. Wow. Wow. So this is what I think people think this glasses shadow is a black eye. I see what you're saying, but it's not a black eye. Holy. So why didn't he do the upneek today? Let me guess. You're going to save it for special occasions? Upneek.
I think I look better with glasses because you can't really see the butthole eyes.
No.
You can?
See, look, it does create this, like, look, though. I get it. Like, look, this looks like a black eye. This looks like a black eye. I like this because you can't see my butthole eyes. He's got butthole Davis eyes.
I don't like those glasses.
Not these particular glasses. These are just in here so I could read.
Right.
But I mean, it covers kind of the whole area over here.
No.
You know, one time.
You look like those were issued to you in prison.
Do you know one time I took a picture with Cole Hauser from Yellowstone?
Mm-hmm.
And I took a picture with him, and it was when he was at his...
Okay, listen to this. Listen to this insecurity. Yellowstone, how long has Yellowstone been on? I don't know, a few years? So this isn't a long time ago. I took a picture with the guy from Yellow. I don't know. I don't watch it, so I have no clue. But it's only been on a few years, right? 5, 6, maybe 7. I don't even know. So not too long ago. This is well into his storied broadcast career. Listen to this insecurity.
Peak success, and I was probably at close to my fattest, and
I know the picture.
Face was puffy and my eyes were puffier, and I knew there would be so much bullshit from the comments about my eyes being closed that I photoshopped sunglasses on my face so that I didn't have to hear it from everybody.
Aww.
5 years, people are saying. He's so self-conscious. He knew that the photo... First of all, imagine this. Imagine you're 20 years in your career, and every time you hang out with a celebrity, you have to take a photo with them. It's so gauche. It's so retarded. Like, I did this for like 3 years of my comedy career, and then I started going like, this is gay. Hey, I worked with Dane Cook. We should take a photo together. It's retarded. It's retarded. This is Chad Zumock level behavior. You derive some sort of self-worth from your association with more famous people. It's disgusting and gross. Those people are just people. These are just your memories. Have a good time. And by the way, if you're genuinely with friends and you want to like take a photo, it's fine. But this, like, I ran into the guy from Yellowstone and we took a photo. Yeah, Jim Norton does this. It's some problem. It's a weird thing. But not only did he take a photo with this guy, the photo came out bad, and he was so fat and puffy, his eyes looked closed. So instead of just not posting the photo, he's like, well, I got to post a photo. I'm with a famous guy. I need relevancy. So I need to post this to show people, to signal to people how important and cool I am hanging out with a guy from a streaming services show. So what can I do? Because I know the haters on the internet are going to make comments. What can I do? I'll Photoshop sunglasses over my eyes. Holy shit.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
I couldn't believe when he said this. And again, this is 25 years into his career.
And I knew there would be so much bullshit from the comments about my eyes being closed that I photoshopped sunglasses on my face so that I didn't have to hear it from everybody.
And this is another one of these things, like these radio guys get protected. They're behind the desk. They're surrounded by people who are paid to laugh at them, tell them they're funny, tell them they're the best, tell them they're creative. They've got ads and jingles and events planned for them by other departments. You know, these sad fat hens that work in sales and marketing carrying this guy. And he's protected. He's behind this broadcast enclave where he doesn't get exposed to real feedback. He's got call screeners and there's people managing the social media of the station and stuff like this. These guys come and do podcasts. They branch out and now they're exposed to real raw feedback and trolls, and they can't handle it. He's like, I knew people were going to make fun of my eyes. It's like, yeah. And so I didn't want to deal with it. Oh, sensitive bitch.
Aww.
Oh, I don't care. I wasn't going to.
I don't care. I don't care about the comments, but I photoshopped sunglasses over my eyes. So I don't have to get the hate. Listen to the I don't care. This is classic internet cope.
Face was puffy and my eyes were puffier, and I knew there would be so much bullshit from the comments about my eyes being closed that I photoshopped sunglasses on my face so that I didn't have to hear it from everybody.
Aww.
Oh, I don't care. I wasn't going to cry about it. I don't care.
Oh, I don't care. I just fired up Photoshop. I don't care. Can we find this photo? I don't even know what to search. Mike Calta Yellowstone. What's the name of the guy? Mike Calta Yellowstone. Images. Does anybody know what the name of the guy is from Yellowstone? I gotta find this photo. Cole Hauser? Mike Calta, Cole Hauser. That sounds made up. Cole Hauser. I can't find the image. I don't see it. If anybody can find this image, send it to my email. I gotta see these photoshopped sunglasses. What an insecure bitch. What an absolute insecure bitch.
You know that's not how GLP ones work, right? Dr. Steve is a big proponent of them.
I don't give a fuck. You know that's not how they work, huh? You don't inject them into your body and then just keep eating garbage? Because that's what everyone I know on it does. That's not how it works. Oh, you inject it into your body and then you get on a really healthy diet and exercise? Why do you need the shot then? It doesn't work where you just inject yourself every week and then keep eating trash. Because that's what everyone I know on it does. I disagree with Dr. Steve. How about that? I disagree. I think these things are poisoning you and they're horrible for you. So there's a doctor that recommends them. Oh no. Come fight us at Hackamania. May 9th through 11th, hackamania.com. Tickets available now. Use promo code NLO to save 10% off. We now have 3 people signed up for the Adrenaline Mountain experience. It's still nowhere near what we're going to need. So we're probably, again, full refunds for anybody who signed up for this if we don't go do it. But if we can't get 20 people, 25 people to go to this, we cancel it. We all just sit around and touch our dicks on Sunday. It doesn't look like people want to do it. And I get it. It's $400 or $500 or whatever to do a few activities, but the majority will speak. I thought this was a good idea. Our buddy Chris Dyer from PAA podcast set this up. But if
how do you know the dieting details of all your acquaintances on GLP-1s?
They talk about it. They love it. They're all like, I still get to eat all the burgers I want, and I just inject myself every day. Okay. They're like, dude, I'm down 20 pounds in 6 months. It's like, I could be down 20. I could lose 30 pounds by Hackamania if I just drank water and stopped eating dog shit. It's not magic. It's not magic. Like, people look at fat people and go like, wow, he doesn't know how to get his weight under control. Oh, I do. I just like French fries. It's not everyone on the planet knows the key to losing weight. Move more, eat less. That's it. Cut out the sugar and carbs. Everyone knows it. Every fucking person has this key in their head to unlock that. It's like that works for anyone, everyone. It's not magic. Grow up.
I just rubbed leftover preparation H from my chocolate-covered cherries on my eye bags. I too have but whole eyes.
Oh God, that's disgusting. People do put preparation H on their face. Mason in Portland, Miss Calta is challenging Angie Crum for the #1 spot in my spank bank. That's good to know. Keep us posted. Silence do good. So now you will be bug-eyed and still have the bags. Cool. Yeah, because if you have those giant sag bags under your eyes and your eyes open wider, it's just going to push the bags out more, down and out more. Pull their hair up but not out. And the same with the bags. So that's true. Purple Possum says, I want to use a flamethrower. Sign up. Sign up now. Nobody likes onions. Or sorry, hackamania.com. We got to have 20, 25 people who want to go, or we're just going to cancel it. We're not going to take 7 people out to watch Balmert blow up a car. Sorry. And by the way, Balmert hasn't even signed up for that yet. So again, no risk in signing up. All the money that goes for Adrenaline Mountain will be fully refunded to you if we do not go. But if you want to go, you do need to sign up for a package. Also, the butter eating contest, I think we got about 4 contestants. Rocco is considering it, I believe. Because Kaylee is now going to be doing it, a.k.a. Lucy Typebox. So maybe we're going to have a couple of the personalities doing it. We'll see. I don't know why you'd want to ruin your weekend like that with old butter slick shits, but you could do it. You could do it. Paul Shea says, for Slow Wife's makeup fun. Thank you very much. So we'll put that in the contribution bucket. Cool Boy 52, just remembering the time you said April Imholte looks like the cover of a Megadeth album. Love you, Big Sauce. Did I say that? She has way too much turquoise and tattoos by Megadeth. Put
up with all the bullshit, but
I love that it doesn't. Dude, it doesn't. The comments don't bother me. I just photoshopped glasses on myself to not get the comments. Let's hear more.
Eyes being closed. That I photoshopped sunglasses on my face so that I didn't have to hear it from everybody.
Aww.
Oh, I don't care. I wasn't gonna cry about it. I just didn't want to put up with all the bullshit. But I just I just took a pair of sunglasses and I put them right on my eyes and I was like, perfect.
That's sad.
That's sad. coming from your wife, who again pretty much zippity doo-dahs outside talking to animals. Zippity doo-dah, zippity day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Cat food for raccoons coming my way. My husband photoshopped because he's gay.
Why does it say it? Wasn't like I had to cover my ugly. Kind of.
That's kind of like exactly what you just said.
It was because it was what I was saying is that they were all going to be like, oh, open your eyes, open your eyes.
Right.
This is like Louis J. Gomez explaining his magnets. No, dude, you don't get it. They're like a memory of where I've been. Oh, I heard it, lady. I heard it. He's like, no, I don't care about the comments. I just knew the comments were going to be like, dude, your eyes suck. Your eyes are stupid. It's like, she's like, yeah, what you're saying is like, you can't handle the comments. What you're saying is you can't handle no, I can handle it. I don't care. I just knew they were going to be like making fun of me and I didn't want that. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
How do you see out of those things?
I always find it interesting.
Holy shit. The self-awareness is non-existent. That's the truth. Like, no, I don't care about the comments. I'm just saying, like, Brian Johnson said Maribeth wants in on the butter eating contest. Okay. The more women, the better. The more women, the better. Especially if they're young hotties.
That people make those comments. Wow, that was good. Like,
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I'm not crying, you're crying. No, I don't care about the comments. I just didn't want to read them because I knew they'd be making fun of me.
It, people like to chime in and say what they want to say, but once somebody has said it, why do 75 people say the same exact thing? And like,
this is called boomers figuring out the internet.
What is the
all
expectation?
Think they're the funniest, and they didn't bother to look at anybody else's comments.
But
they
what's
all
funny?
Right. You're the only one reading all the comments because you're A, the subject, and B, you're insecure. So you're reading all the comments. And by the way, I'm sure this is going to cause people to lay off.
They thought
your eyes are not
You're
open.
going to be the first person to say, let me just tell you something. A majority of my listening audience is very good on social media.
Yeah.
I don't even mind. Like if I take a picture and something that makes me look stupid and somebody makes a joke about it, that's funny to me.
Yeah.
That's funny. Unless I'm also self-conscious about it. So then I'll Photoshop glasses over myself so I don't have to hear the hate. Dude, I get it. I like funny. The comments don't bother me. But sometimes to not get comments, I will Photoshop a photo of myself to look better so I don't get comments because I don't mind them. Hello?
You're not hurting my feelings. It's the dumb one.
You're not hurting my feelings. Especially when I preemptively prevent comments by Photoshopping my appearance. Dude, it doesn't even hurt me. You guys don't even get to me at all.
Does that bother me?
That's what I'm saying.
Right. So it's those.
Right. It doesn't bother us totally. That's what I'm saying.
Those kind of repetitive, open your eyes, that bother me. You're not insulting.
Anytime you do that voice, it reminds you of Aaron. Because they'll be like, oh, no.
You're not making me sad. You're just fucking annoying me. But can I tell you something?
You're not making me sad. You're just annoying me. Yeah, they're getting you. They got you. They're getting you. Guys, you're not even hurting me. You're just annoying me. Right.
5 people I can name right now. 5 people off the top of my head. I think all guys that I've never met before, but I 100% hate because they won't stop commenting on shit.
Oof. Imagine convincing yourself that you're not bothered by comments when you Photoshop photos before you put them up, and you said there's 5 guys I've never even met and I hate them because they keep commenting. Holy shit.
It's unnecessary. Every fucking thing I put up, they have something to say about it, and then they go on dissertations about this or that. And
is it just attention seeking? Like, what's the driving force?
They're pathetic. I don't know what they're trying to do, dude. You're not even hurting me. I hate them.
It's interesting because it's part of it is I don't want to be mad at them because I'm asking them to do that. I'm asking.
By the way, this video we're watching has 77 thumbs ups and 11 comments. So whatever you do, don't go over there and make fun of them.
To go to my social media, and that I feel like their intentions are most of them to be involved. They like what you're doing. They want to start. Maybe not even start. I don't even think
Steel toe cope 101. No, like I think when they say like your eyes are puffy, the bags under your eyes would cost extra to check on a trip. You look like shit. You look like a gross old fucking gross man. You suck. I think they're well-intentioned. I think they're fans. I think they're trying to be a part of the show. Okay. Delusion much? No, I think that they're trying to help, but I hate them.
they care if I respond. They just want to feel like they're doing their part. Or, hey,
it's their part. Dude, you look stupid. Yeah, I think they're trying to like help and do their part.
Man, I want to be funny with you, except you're not.
Yeah.
You're dumb and
dude, you guys are dumb. You're not good. You're not smart. Why are you guys doing this? I wish you would comment. It's not funny. I hate them. There's 5 guys I can think of off the top of my head. I fucking hate them. Dude, I don't even care.
And boring and repetitive, and it's desperate. It comes across like desperate. I could name like the top.
Unlike this podcast. Tell us about the raccoons again.
5 guys on my social media. I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to embarrass them. But it is like maybe one. I'm not going to name any of them.
No. I'm not going to name them. I'm not going to promote their shows. Okay, Bauer.
Oh. It's interesting to me that I very rarely comment on anything.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know, I think part of it is that I don't feel like I have anything to say that would add value to a post. If I do, I'll say something.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that comment and it doesn't add any value, but they're like, I got it. Like, I have to take the time and comment on this.
Yeah.
They're fucking with you, idiots. They're trolls. Scroll through any of our social media. There's 90 guys who have to comment on everything I do, trying to get attention, trying to get shine. And you just ignore them and they'll do it again tomorrow. Who cares? Who cares? You're like, I hate them. They're, why do they? Because I'm simple. I only comment when I think I have some value to add. But they're not adding value. Why are they commenting? I can't wrap my dumb therapist brain around it. How come they're commenting and they're not adding value? Arizona Mesa Tom says, is she that naive? Yes. Yes. They're retarded. This man's photoshopping stuff before he posts it, but he says he's not bothered by it. But then he also says, I hate these people.
It's so
I don't
dumb.
get it.
Well, you know what bugs me, and I don't know, you and I talked about it the other day briefly, but the amount of guy listeners who slide into your DMs or...
It's not a lot.
Oh, no. You know what to do.
I don't know how many slide in your DMs, but I don't know how many. I do know how many comment on your shit, and I'm like, oh, brother.
It's
just
not
a
a
big
lot.
eye roll.
I can honestly.
He's so insecure. We're looking again. We're just looking at one of these guys approaching 60, who's so fucking insecure about his career, about his appearance, about whether or not the mother of his children and his wife of, I guess, over a decade, like he's still worried.
Please say that in the 10,000 years that we've been together and that you've been doing this, there's been very few people that have been like outright rude about anything.
Yeah.
And those people I just kind of expected, and I'm like, that's fine, and block them.
Yeah, you roll pretty good with that stuff.
Because it's not, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's not important to me. But most of the time, people are respectful and they're nice. And, it's just, it's
There's
whatever.
a couple of scummy ones.
He knows names. He's looking at it all, and it all got some feeling.
It's, it's whatever. People are people, but it doesn't bother me at all. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Why do I want to fight them all?
Why do I want to fight them all? Your wife is a therapist and you're so fucking broken, which is a testament to what a fucking man-child insecure boob you are, but also to what a shitty therapist your wife is. Imagine being his age and not understanding the dynamic of why he wants to fight. Oh, because you're insecure. Again, you only married your wife because of her appearance, not her brains, not her personality, not because she's a good partner, good mother. You married her because she's hot and you like the way she made you squirt. So you assume everybody else wants her because she's hot and will make them squirt. And you're so insecure about it because at the core of you, especially as we do a show like this, you realize where you're deficient in personality and humor. Without your band of merry brothers to help carry you through a program, without commercial breaks coming to the reprieve, you are lost. You are a sad sack of a man sitting behind a microphone who's insecure about your own qualities and your grasp on your partner, your wife. How come I want to fight them all? How come I want to fight them all? Yeah, therapist. How come he wants to fight all the guys who make comments about you?
It's, it's whatever. People are people, but it doesn't bother me at all. I
believe that. She's a switched off dummy. So she's not bothered by any of this stuff. She's got a raccoon to go outside and talk to. That's not a joke. Watch him.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Why do I want to fight them all?
Because you have problems.
Why do I want to fight them all? Because you have problems.
I don't. It's so weird. I'm not really jealous. I think I get more.
He's not jealous, but he wants to fight anyone who talks to his wife. The comments don't bother him, but he photoshops glasses over his eyes so he doesn't get comments. Do you hear yourself, Calbrain? Do you hear yourself? You sound fucking retarded. This is sad. The comments don't bother me. I just Photoshop myself to cut them off. Dude, I'm not a jealous guy. I just want to fight dudes who talk to you online. Got it.
More annoyed than anything else.
You were a very jealous person, like super.
But I'll be the first to tell you that was from my own insecurity.
That was from my insecurity. What is it now?
Because of your eyes?
Because what?
Because of your eyes?
No, my eyes weren't that bad then. No, I didn't feel in the beginning that great about our relationship. I didn't know you that well. I didn't know how strong our relationship was. Also, you were very beautiful, and other guys would openly hit on you in front of me, and I wanted to fight every one of them. But now,
you just said present tense. Why do I want to fight them all? Present tense. You said that. Then how come I want to fight them all?
Now, I still think you're beautiful, and I still on all these things. But now I'm like, good luck. Go, and I'm saying, like, see how far that gets you. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, no one's after your wife. No one's after this slow-brained bitch.
I'm concerned.
Her personality is like your eyes. No thanks.
I'm secure.
It's still in there.
I'm secure. I Photoshop pictures over my eyes. I want to fight people who talk to you, but I'm secure.
I also don't do anything, and I have like very little like social time where I go out and do stuff. So there really isn't much opportunity for you to get jealous.
But like if you came and said, "Hey, Friday night I'm going out with my girlfriends and we're gonna go do it," I'd be like, "Have a great time. I don't care." And then I expect when you go out, guys to talk to you.
Nobody talks to me.
You.
Not even Elliot?
I'm being so serious.
You may put off a cunty vibe.
I might. I don't know.
But you're not, which is the other thing is that when, like, if I saw you at a bar and I was like, "Hey," and you were like, "Hey," I'd be like, "I can get this girl," because you just are so nice.
I'm super nice. I don't know. Maybe I look mean.
Whenever you see a grown man wallowing in insecurity like this, and he goes, the old podcast poke. No, I'm just saying, like, you're pretty and like,
which is possible.
Maybe.
I know people used to say
the
that.
chat's right. He's so like this is a sad motherfucker. This is Aaron Imholte.
I want to be in the butt eating contest.
The butt eating contest? Did I misspell it on the website? Jack Brennan 666, first time seeing Calta ever, and that Cocoa Puff on his cheek. You talking about his wife? Did he forcibly take and brainwash that woman? He got some bags under those eyes. God bless. Nothing gets by Jack Brennan. I think I met Jack Brennan a couple like last year in AC. He came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you better not mess with." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I love people who approach me tough. Like I had no idea what he was talking about. He says, "Hey, you better." Like I don't even remember who he was talking about, Chad or KB or somebody. "Hey, you better not something." I don't even remember.
I used to always
Wasn't that you, Jack?
get that, like when guys would walk by and be like, "Smile."
Oh, fuck.
I'm like,
Yeah.
now I never will.
No.
Just because of you.
Oh no, we're getting the. He's got two fingers on his thing now, and I think somebody's emailed me the photo. Oh no! Who is this? Is this his daughter? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, we found the photo of glasses on Cowhead. If we just have enough, if we just put fractals, if we bend the light just right. And again, how old is this? He doesn't have any of those gouges in his head. He doesn't have any of those giant moon bases on his cheek. That's cool. That's cool. He looks like Mersh. No, I think he looks great.
You, Brad.
But I don't.
Oh, the cheek press is getting more and more real. Watch the advancement of this. Watch this.
I don't know. Maybe I
One
look mean,
finger?
which is possible. I know
Maybe.
people used to say that. I used to
Across the lips.
always get that. Like
One
when
finger,
guys would walk by and be
two
like,
fingers
"Smile."
Oh,
with the thumb.
yeah.
Now I never will.
No.
Just because of you, Brad.
What is body language person? Get back to me. What does this signify? This rubbing of the lips.
But I don't.
And now he's pushing again, like Mooby does.
I don't know.
When you move your cheek, like you're moving your cheek, that's not comfortable. Digging it in like that. Look, it's leaving a mark. It's leaving a mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
One finger, two finger, three finger, four, five finger, six finger, seven finger more.
I'm just not jealous like that. But
I'm not jealous. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Hold on, Jack Brennan. He's saying he never met me. You didn't were you at Atlantic City Super Bowl weekend 2024? I mean, dead serious. A guy stopped me. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was on the steps of B-Bar, and he said, "I'm Jack Brennan," in the chat. So unless there was another Jack Brennan, but you would know if you met me, because I'm unforgettable.
I'll fucking punch a dude if he's.
Whoa! He's not jealous, but he'll punch a dude.
Brad.
But I don't.
You'd have to take some of those fingers off your face and curl them up into a fist. You know that, right?
I don't. I'm just not jealous like that. But I'll fucking punch a dude if he's like if he gets out of hand.
Nice.
Like I still.
She goes nice.
That in me. Oh, I'm not saying I'm not worried about getting punched back 3 times. I'm just saying I will punch a dude.
I'm pretty. Okay. It even looks like you a little bit. LOL, you never met me, but you better never do that thing I never said when we didn't meet, or else. I take your word for it. I get stuff wrong for sure.
Balmert's a little bitch-ass pussy. He was never going to blow up a car with me. I knew it. This guy has all the wherewithal and charisma of Starbucks ambassador. Get wrecked, Balmert,
shit.
you deed.
I forgot about Starbucks ambassador. Remember that fruit?
If you want a successful relationship, take it from me. Tell everyone you're married and collect money on your fake anniversary years before you actually tie the knot.
You know you can have an anniversary before you're married, right? I think this is like a Chad thing. It's like, yeah, my wife and I have an anniversary of when we started dating. And we celebrate that because we like each other. Got him.
Dude.
Hold on. Apar. Can Balmert seduce Calta's wife? I got money on Balmert. Can Balmert seduce Calta's wife? I got money on Balmert. If anyone can get Mike Calta talking about nobody likes onions, I'll fall down. If you can get him like Crazy Joe, like just screaming about the onions, I'll fall out. Like we know now this guy's super insecure. So.
And then get beat up.
All right. Well, I thank you for trying.
The reality of being 53 years old and mostly out of shape is that I don't know how I would do in a fight. I don't know. I don't. And I hope
you would
never to
try
find
really
out.
hard.
Yeah. I hope not to find out. I can't remember the last time I got in a fight with anybody. I smacked the guy a couple of years ago, but that was it. One smack usually.
I think he's like 5'7". Does anybody know how tall Calta is?
Fuses the situation.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten in a fist fight or had to hit anybody in a long time.
I think a lot of it has to do with your drive.
The last person he hit was Bubba the Love Sponge's girlfriend. And again, now we're back to the poke. He's rubbing his sores. He's rubbing those bumps on his cheek. This is madness. And if you think we're done exposing what this man does because he's insecure, just fucking wait. Photoshops glasses on himself. Buys drops to make his eyes open and make them whiter. Okay, he wants to beat up anybody who talks to his wife. What else? Just look at his head. What else do you think he does because he's insecure? It's very visual, this one.
And your tenacity. Like, I feel like if I got in a fight, I'm not a good fighter and I'm not a good puncher and I have really weak wrists. Like, I feel like I don't have good control over this, but I will bite and pinch and stick my finger in your eye.
Dirty fighting.
Like, right. That I think I would be good at, and I think you would excel there as well.
Yeah.
You're strong.
Literally can't stop stroking and touching his face. This is stimming. This is a comfort mechanism. Name's got it.
And you're a good puncher, I think.
Yeah,
you did a lot of practice punching.
But I think now, like it's pretty safe to say a strong senior in high school could kick my ass.
They probably would have more.
He's not even kidding. He wonders about this. I wonder if I'm at the age now where like a really fit 20-year-old could beat my ass. You are. Yep.
stamina.
Like my nephew Tommy would kill me.
By the way, I am. You know, like some wrestler in college will fucking murder me. What planet are we on? He's seriously sitting there at 53 going like, I might be at an age now where I can't win a fight.
Well, Tommy's not a good example because he's a giant.
He's a giant.
If you took an average size, like 18-year-old, maybe not average, maybe a little bit bigger than average.
I'd have to hit him with a brick.
I think that they would just tire you out. After a couple minutes, you'd just be exhausted. And
couple minutes? People really have no idea, like, how much fighting will wear you out. Yeah. I'm sure he'd last minutes.
Just be like, you win.
It depends. Are his eyes really open from the drops or not? Is he wearing sunglasses already, or will we have to Photoshop those into the fight later? It depends on a lot of things.
3 minutes, not seconds.
Did this person make mean comments about him on the internet, and does he hate them? All this stuff factors in.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, let's hope that never happens.
Yeah, I don't want you
I'm
to
a
fight
lover.
any kids.
I don't want to fight anybody.
Say I'm a lover or I'm a lever. I would agree that him and his wife are simple machines, but got him. Science joke.
Yeah. So, but anyway, you went to the dermatologist and she said, you don't have to do anything because you don't have a lot of wrinkles. And that was so kind.
She said your face is one big wrinkle is basically what you're saying.
No, she didn't.
So now he's doing the thing where his wife has to give him compliments that he's fishing for. She said I was ugly. No, she didn't. She pretty much said my whole face is one big wrinkle. No, it's not. It's not that bad. Oh, boy. The relationship's over. All right, Google says he's 5'10". Okay.
No.
She said, you don't have a lot of wrinkles. You don't need to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gave you the drops, and it opened up your eyes and opened up your life.
Really? Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
She said to me, there's nothing I could do for your eyes. That's plastic surgery.
Please start getting plastic surgery, you fucking hippo. Please get your eyes pulled back.
Those were her exact words.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She said, you're good.
So he goes, she said, there's nothing I can do for those eyes. That's plastic surgery. And she's like, nah. And he goes, that's exactly what she said. And then she goes, no, she said, you're good. Like she made that up. Watch her make up a lie to his face to make her big, insecure bitch husband feel better. Watch this play out. Watch her make him feel better with a lie. This is what April had to do to Aaron all the time.
Opened up your eyes and opened up your life.
Really? Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
She said to me, there's nothing I could do for your eyes. That's plastic surgery. Those were her exact words.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh-huh.
She said, you're good.
Well, he said that she said, there's nothing I can do. You need plastic surgery. And then she said, you're good. Which one is it? On the one hand, she said he needs surgery. And you're saying she said, you're good. Now take that into any other medical situation and take it for what you mean it for. Yeah, the doctor said I need heart surgery. No, she said you're good.
There's nothing I could do for your eyes. That's plastic surgery. Those were her exact words.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She said, you're good.
This is what you want in a therapist. Someone who will just keep deluding you and co-sign your bullshit. That's what you want. She said you're good.
Don't worry about it.
I said don't worry about it. You're good. Yeah, but also the surgery thing, or
I would never be like, I need something to do with my skin or my eyes, whatever. I rely on you for that because you're the one that has to look at me.
Right.
Then why'd you get the drops? To whiten your eyes?
So that's when you say to me, you should really shave your mustache. I'll go shave it off right now because I know that you're. No, I know, but I'm saying you're the one looking at me, and you're the one saying I'm sick of looking at his mustache.
But I rarely suggest things. There's some things that I have suggested recently that I think.
Oh boy, like we're really watching a takedown of a man. This whole show has turned into Mike Calta, his insecurities, and his physical ailments.
I think went over really well.
You told me, first of all, I dress like I'm homeless.
Yes.
Which today is not a good example of me changing that, but I have.
You ordered 2 shirts.
Oh, I ordered a bunch of shirts. You only.
You ordered 2 shirts.
You're going to like the way you look. No, Amanda, she said, there's nothing we can do for your wife. That's retardation. She didn't even mention my eyes. Rocky.
You ordered 2 shirts. This is why you don't put your wife on a show, man.
I saw 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mikey 2 shirts over here.
Yeah, I did order some new clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a new pair of shorts the other day. It was still basketball shorts, but it was black, so it kind of mixed with other stuff.
You got new sneakers.
I got new sneakers.
You let me pick them out?
You pick out.
Yeah.
Right?
Holy fuck. I can't. This is too real. We're watching a 53-year-old man brag about new basketball shorts, 2 shirts, and sneakers he let his wife pick out. He's like, I've been doing good. I got new shirts. I bought new basketball shirts, new sneakers that you picked out. I've been doing good. I've been doing really good with my looks. Yeah.
So my attempt to, and let's also say that I agree with you that I dress homeless, but that's mostly from my home life. You know, like when I'm leaving the house, if I'm going to do something, I kind of step it up a little bit.
Hey, could you shit on his point while you roll your eyes, Amanda? Can you tell everybody how he's lying right now? That'd be great.
A half step.
I don't actually think that you changed.
There is a.
He's like, I'm usually only sloppy around the house. I'm usually only dressed like a giant piece of John Fetterman shit around the house. When I go out, I'm looking good. She goes, I don't think you change.
Difference between me going to Starbucks with you and me going to work for a meeting.
Okay, yes. But when you're just going out, like if you were going to the...
Look at him. Watch him literally stroke his face.
Okay, yes. But when you're just going out...
Stroke that face, Calta. Make yourself feel better. Make yourself feel better. Rub your face, big bitch.
If you were going to the grocery store, running out, it's bad. Which...
God, like... It's hard to watch a man sit there and pet himself.
A lot of
while his wife tears him apart.
People don't get.
By the way, while your retarded wife tells you apart, we have a lot of fun here with Slow Wife. I'd throw my fucking wife into the toilet. I would hold her if I had a wife this stupid. Like I can't. You guys know I can't tolerate it. We have a lot of fun with that, but like this is a dumb wife. She talks to raccoons. Now she's tearing this man apart. We're literally just one after the other insecurity being released on this show. And again, he thinks it's a great idea because every other podcast and radio show where the guy brings their wife on turns out so great. Why wouldn't you bring your wife on to tear your ass apart?
Dressed up to go out to the grocery store.
Right.
I don't think you should. I don't either.
Right.
But we're at a time in the world where what is it?
Want to find out how dumb she is? Strap in.
That athleisure? Athleisure?
Athleisure. Yep. We're at a time in the world where athleisure. Lululemon.
Right.
I don't think you should. I don't either.
Right.
But we're at a time in the world where, what is it? Athleisure? Athleisure? I don't know how you say it.
Athleisure. You had it. Athleisure. Athleisure. Sounds like Chad trying to pronounce it. Athleisure. I don't know that word.
Say it, but that is the way to dress right now. Right?
He can't stop petting himself. You got to watch it.
So you can dress kind of like sporty and comfortable, but still look nice.
Okay.
And
So
you don't do that.
We got to tone it down a little. We got to tune it in a little.
You got
Tone it down, tune it in.
to just take like the comfort piece of it and make it look a little bit nicer.
Right.
But stay comfortable.
Then,
But put together.
then a couple of days later, you were like, oh, and in addition to dressing homeless, we should also dye your beard.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Because look at this. Look at this. Look at the hair. You know, look at this hair. And then look at this beard. He's got Moby syndrome, Michael Ray Bauer syndrome. Not a gray in sight. Not a gray in sight. And like Michael Ray Bauer, he only dyes part of it. We got plenty of gray here. We got plenty of gray in the beard, but not on this little goatee. Not on that goatee. So just a stark contrast of the beard color and the hair color. Look at that. And look at that. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Can you tell which thing is not like the other before the end of this song? Bonk. How many times do you think he nicks that geyser when he's shaving? Also, what are these lines? You see these two lines? Do they have a Band-Aid on there like Nelly? What's going on?
Yes.
And I said, no fucking way am I dyeing my beard. Now,
no way. Cut to minutes later. I'm dyeing my beard. Dyeing his beard, putting eye drops in to whiten and widen his eyes. Considering surgery to get the bags removed. His wife is picking out tennis shoes for him. Velcro only. What are we doing? This is a sad dismantling of a man live on air.
Now, I did buy Just for Men beard dye once because I have gray patches over here around my chin, and I didn't know how it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you just take it and put it on the gray spots, and that's how it would go. I never opened the box, and I never used it. The other day, you convinced me to try it, and I was like, all right, but if we do it, let's just do it on video so that if I look foolish, it'll be funny at least.
Yes. Let's film it so I can say, no, I don't really want to dye my beard. It's a bit. It's a bit. Well, here you're admitting it's real. So now we know it's real. And you're insecure about it. You're photoshopping yourself. You're dyeing your hair. I've never even heard of this. Drops for your eyes. Like, this is getting... What's your routine in the morning? This is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly looked foolish with you putting the dye on my beard. Then the process is I had to go take a shower and wash it out. And when I came out, it looked like I was trying to kill Popeye. I looked like Bluto. It was dark. It was
like ink.
It looked like you just drew it on.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was a mistake.
But that's normal. That's what it looks like.
Well, it turns out that's normal. And then the next day, it calmed down a little bit. And then, like, by the third day, it looked pretty normal. And, like, now, it looks great.
Dude, it looks great. Looks so natural, no one can tell. Just for men gel. Dude, no one even knows now. You can't even tell that my goatee area is 6 shades darker and has no gray. You can't even tell. It looks great. It looks great. I widen my eyes. I darken my beard. I photoshopped some glasses on. I beat up guys who hit on my wife. Bada boom, bada bing. Super secure radio man. Got it.
Right, Joe? Do I look great?
Do you love it?
I think it looks great, Michael.
Thank you.
I do. I do love it.
Now he's asking a guy who he pays. Do you think it looks good? What about you, Jerry? You think it looks good? Don't forget, I pay you. You better say it looks good. What about you? Do you think I touch my face too much with cope?
Love it.
Yeah.
It gives you definition, right? Like in your jaw.
But also for the first time in this
It gives you definition in your jaw? It gives you definition in your jaw? It doesn't. It doesn't.
As long as I can remember, all of my beard is one color. I mean, before I had gray, red, blonde, black, all in there.
Which added to homeless.
My homelessness.
Right.
So I'm one step away from looking less homeless and dressing less homeless.
You look like you are staying in a shelter.
I got right.
This is a woman who wants to bring a raccoon into her house.
Like somebody help me out a little bit.
Right.
I haven't quite been taken in like the kid from The Blind Side yet to go live with the white family.
You maybe got a motel for 2 weeks.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Right.
So that's where we are right
so
now.
So good. I've taken a couple of showers.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're on our way, I think.
I feel good about it.
Yeah, I do too.
All right. As long as you're happy.
As long as you're happy. And she is. And she is. Look at her beaming. This is a happy wife. This is a happy wife. I think. Could be a dude. And this is a good looking man. She's happy with how her man looks. This is the after, everybody. Just to be clear. This is the after. She's gotten a hold of him. She's fixed him up. The beard, the eyes, the clothes, the shoes, the Photoshop.
I'm happy.
Well, I'm happy we're back here doing our podcast together.
Okay.
No. So, Joe?
Yes?
Did anybody listen to our podcast today?
Look at his face when she asked that. Did anybody listen today? Pro broadcaster Mike Calta. Hey, Cardiff's kids. They're a happy couple.
Yes, we have.
What is he doing? What is he doing? Did anybody listen to our podcast today?
Joe?
Yes?
Did anybody listen to our podcast today?
Yes, we have 66 people watching right now, and one person said they really wanted you to reenact the moment that you told Gio to get the fuck out of here.
66 people watching today. This is every single person that we have observed who, again, broadcasts from this protected cove, this enclave of limited feedback, whether it's Aaron Imholte, Gino Bisconte, and now Mike Calta, when they're behind the paywall, when they're behind the broadcast wall, they can puff up and be like, you don't understand my reach. I'm on a station that reaches 120 miles. We're massive. We got so many listeners. The minute they go off the air, they don't understand. It's the radio in the corner at work. It's what's tuned in on the car. It's habit. They want to hear traffic. They want to hear what's going on in the city. So they tune in And Mike Calta's just the noise in between the information. Gino Bisconte's behind the Compound Media paywall, wagging his finger, laughing at KB and Chad and Aaron. And Aaron's sucking his dick. Like, dude, he's on Compound. I wish I was on Compound. You don't. I told you from the beginning you didn't have any listeners. I told you from the beginning you didn't have any fans. And then reality hits these guys like a fucking ton of bricks the minute they get out in public and have to earn their own supper. Where's Gino Bisconte's fans? How's Gino Bisconte doing? It's dog shit. And that before he went to Rumble. On Rumble, I can't even imagine. Who knows? If a Gino falls in the woods, does anybody? On YouTube, he couldn't get 30 people watching him. Remember he bitched? He said, I'm going to make $100 level so I can earn my money. Jesus Christ. Did we just see? It's all delusion. It's all smokescreen. No one is a fan of Gino Bisconte. No one. And now we have Calta, who probably has thousands of listeners every day when he's on the radio, doing his own thing. And if you had a fan base, wouldn't they check it out? Wouldn't they? This is 11 days old. It's got 1,000 views. Where is everybody? Big guy? Where is everybody? Big broadcaster guy? So they all get exposed when they try to do this. They can't help it. They have to try to do a podcast and try to do something on the internet. But when they do, it's a double-edged sword because A, it reveals they don't have any talent or personality and can't carry a show on their own. And B, they have no audience. And those two things line up perfectly. Bubba the Love Sponge does a show on the radio and simulcasts to YouTube and then gets anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 watching live on YouTube. Now he's in Tampa. He's on a less popular station in Tampa without as much reach, and it's not as high rated. 66? 1,500? Where are the fans? And he sits here and he listens to that and he's like, yeah, pretty good.
Me? The other day when you yelled
at him over the raccoon.
Oh, because Elliot was coming so close to me.
It was early stages.
And Gio was like, whoa, what? Somebody left the door open. What's going on out here?
Doofy.
I was like, Gio, get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. And there's not many things that would make me react that way because Gio's very nice, but he was messing with Elliot and not okay.
What are you going to name this thing if it turns out it's a girl?
I thought about that.
Anthony Torito, I don't know what you're talking about. I watch it. He uses super tips. I watch it. There's 1,000 people watching every day. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, open your eyes. Have a look.
I'm not really sure.
I like the idea of still calling it Elliot, like Elliot Page.
Elliot Page is a boy.
Elliot Page is a girl.
Okay.
What about just
what is, man? What is?
Elliot is, what was her name? Ellen Page.
Yes.
Then she became Elliot Page.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is the name Elliot works for both. Thanks to Page, it works for boys and girls.
Right. It's I don't know if there is females named Elliot. Maybe.
Elliot
Page.
Elliot Page. Okay.
PP phone home.
I'm not going to do it. Elliot Page is not a female. Doesn't identify as a female.
Does have a vagina. Do you know what that operation's called when they turn the vagina into a penis?
No, Anthony Torito, it's not a joke. Like he does get over 1,000 people watching live every day. Like every day. I go watch. I'm not making it up. And by the way, I don't know what Calta gets on his show. Let's check it out. Boink.
I feel like I was the cool person comparison of the weird kids, if that makes sense.
What just happened?
So, like, if it was
on his videos, 7 views 22 minutes ago, 13 views 23 minutes ago, 241 2 days ago, 800 3 days ago, 800 4 days ago, 300 4 days ago, 205 days ago. So these are steel toe-esque numbers. 5 days ago, 300 views. Let's go way back. 12 days ago, 159. Here's one with 900. But here's one 13 days ago with 177. So clips don't do well. And then let's go to live. This was today's live show, 2.9 thousand. 2 weeks ago, live show, 412, 2.9, 3.2, 1.4, 1.6. So not great. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Here we are. Live from Carline.
Here we are. And then just seconds of silence.
Checking out what it's like to go live from the cell phone.
I'm checking out what it's like to go live from my cell phone.
Clearly the lighting sucks in the car. I don't know when the chat will pop up, but it's all right. Let's see if anybody shows up here.
Let's see if anybody shows up here. 6 months ago, 700 views.
Carline sucks. I've been in this car line for almost an hour. And I've been in the car line for probably about an hour, and I'm not.
The car line? Or is that a girl's name? Carline! I've been in the car line. The car line sucks.
Not even 30th in line. That means at least 30 people before me had to be sitting in their car for over an hour just to wait in line to get their kids back. I'm contemplating whether or not I even want to take the kids home.
So he's driving and streaming. He's driving and streaming. Gino Visconti, Felicia Gillespie, driving and streaming. Chad, you're in good company. All the smartest people I know stream from their phone and read the chat on their phone while they're driving. It's smart, man. It's really smart to do.
So far, there's one person here. I don't think live YouTube is nearly as cool as live Instagram yet.
Yep. It's YouTube's fault. Wait till you get on Rumble Studio and they take half of your one. Wait till you find out what they do over on that YouTube.
Mike, stay home with me and all of our animals. I'm feeding the trash pandas, and there's an alligator in the bathtub. You'll play 36 chambers again. You're going out. You just had surgery. Come back.
Jesus Christ, fuck. I got to call Spice Boy and see if I can make this bitch disappear.
Right.
Oh, Christ, she's getting in the car. Damn it. Well, at least I'm bleeding out.
We might have to get a Amanda Calta voice so we can do therapy on our other characters.
Hey, Mikey, the beard dye is looking good. I got some myself anyway. Are we supposed to talk about Steel Toe's return?
Look at this. Look at the difference. Look at all the gray. And now it's jet black. And they think it looks good. They're like, and again, why would you want to do that to your life? No, I wake up every morning. I dye my beard. I do my eye drops. I rub my mole creams.
Not that it bothers me, but I'm not stimming. I had a device surgically implanted under my skin that administers my butthole eye-opening drops every time I push that button on the side of my face.
I didn't know. Jack Brennan, I am the original and only true Jack Brennan. I have many clone sentinels, given the genius of this allegedly fake persona. But rest assured, we have and will never meet in person. Aw, this hurts, man. Beloved chatter says Calta is 53, not a troll. Life hit him hard. Yep. He said that. Anonymous, give this man an A6M0 and enough gas to reach the USS Enterprise. Wait, hold on. Yeah, sorry. I gotta hear. What is he?
7 people here now. What's up, Elliot? How you doing?
It's
pal?
like Chad. All right, we have 7 watching now. Pretty cool. But I want to compare those numbers. Anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000. And then what if we look at Bubba the Love Sponge? Bubba the Love Sponge. I don't know. Yeah, 6 hours ago, 6.1 thousand. That's the shows. 9,000. 9.2 thousand. There's some with 1.8, but these aren't the full show. That's an hour and a half. These are their bonus shows, their weekly wrap ups and stuff, which I don't think Bubba's even on. These are like run by like Lummy and some of the guys. But like, yeah, 7,000, 9,000, 8,000. I mean, you want to argue? You think it's about super tips? He's crushing him. Again, Bubba's not on a biggest station. Where are the people? It's you can't argue. Objectively, Bubba the Love Sponge is getting anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 times the views on his live show videos. We just seen it. So I when I tune in, he's got 1,000 to 1,500 watching. That's a fact, chat.
No.
Had a dick to me. I mean, that is a dirty dad joke. I can't tell it to the kids. I had to be able to tell it to somebody.
She's a dead-eyed bitch. Anyway, I hate him, and we're gonna keep an eye. We're gonna keep an eye on him because we got a lot to think about. We got a lot to think about when it comes to this man. Dung, 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 dung. This is your Steel Toe members only show yesterday. We've been waiting to hear what Aaron has to say about the radio email from Paul Shea.
I just decided to show my ghetto.
If you missed this Little Piggy Friday, we had an email from Paul Shea from Town Square Media, who is the person that Mooby said I went to high school with. I'm hoping we can work together. And Moody happened to reach out to him, and we found out that not only does Paul Shea want nothing to do with him personally and professionally, people in the building watch this Little Piggy and keep up with all the drama. They called me Big Sauce, so they even watch NLO because that's not a This Little Piggy name. They're very aware of all this, and people in the broadcast industry in the Minnesota St. Cloud area think this guy's a fucking joke, a complete clown. Oh boy.
Today and wear my garage sale Boys in the Hood shirt. Welcome.
Why does he pick up all his clothes? You know, at least Calta's ordering shirts. All his clothes, he brags about getting at Goodwill and garage sales. What are we giving you $600 a day for?
To the members only show, where we've got breaking news. Pizza Shit is letting me know that Opie beat me in the gayest dickhead ever bracket.
Pizza Shit is letting me know.
By Crackamico. I like Crackamico, so I don't know. I think that shit's funny. I made it.
Crack Amigo is a guy who does rap songs for Legion of Skanks. Aren't you glad this guy doesn't do internet stuff anymore? And he just does a pro show that's about the news and it's relatable nationally to a broad audience. I'm glad he doesn't like fuck around with the internet drama stuff anymore. Listen to this. We got to get a counter on the screen so I can start counting when he says gay.
Like, I'm knowable enough to be in the gayest dickhead ever bracket. It's good, but I lost, which technically means I won, right? So I'm not.
That sums up Steel Toe in a nutshell, doesn't it? Dude, I lost so I could be a victim, and I also won. Isn't it? Dude, I lost, which really means I won. That sums up Steel Toe. That's everything right there. If he loses something, he didn't want to win it, because winning is actually losing. So really, it means I won. That's Steel Toe. That's movie math.
That gay of a dickhead. You know what? Here's what I say. Thank you very much, Crack Amico. I appreciate it. People are saying in the chat, another win for the toe. Well, I mean, yeah.
Of course. Of course people are saying that. It's yes, of course another win.
Kind of, but no.
Look at that jaw shift.
I mean, I won and I lost. I'm not the gayest dickhead ever, which, if you think about it, if you're going to be in the gayest dickhead ever bracket, you kind of got to go big or go home. I mean, because at least if you're the gayest dickhead ever, you won. You're the guy. You won the gayest dickhead ever thing. Like, if you don't win, you're just a gay dickhead. Like,
what's happening?
Is it better to lose? Did I lose in the first round, by the way? If it's a first round loss, I feel better about it. If I advanced and I wasn't the gayest dickhead, then I don't feel good. Or I feel better. Okay, before you tell me anything.
He needs to know brackets before he knows what he feels? I don't think you do, buddy.
I feel best if I lost in the first round. If I don't lose in the first round, I'd like to win. I don't want to get to like the Sweet 16 of the gayest dickhead ever and be like, well, he's a pretty gay dickhead, but he's not the gayest dickhead. All right, Pizza Shit says it was a first round. Okay, good. Woo. That is extremely helpful. All right. Pizza Shit also says I paid $5 for your entry fee. Oh, so I didn't even get nominated. You put me in the gayest dickhead ever competition. Pizza Shit.
We're in the first minute and a half of the show. What is this?
It also informing me that it was indeed the closest matchup of the night. Well, thank you to Crack Amico. Now, wait a minute, Pizza Shit, if you're a fan, why are you nominating me for the gayest dickhead ever?
Wait a minute.
Competition. Pizza Shit says Crack agreed, though. Well, thank God Crack agreed. That's pretty good. You know, you have no idea how easy the internet is. I've gained fans by simply laughing at shit like this. It's so weird. Like, I've gained fans by just having a normal human being sense of humor. Like, if someone goes, hey, a guy you've never met, he's never met you, you guys don't know each other for Adam, he only sees you as content, he puts you in the gayest dickhead ever competition. Like, some of these retards on the internet start wars over that, or they, like, hide from it. Like, if Patrick Melton was in that, he'd...
No one was talking about me at all.
ban anyone from mentioning it. Like, if they put it in the chat, he'd ban them because he'd be ashamed. Because I think he kind of thinks of himself as a gay dickhead. But, like,
are you hearing what he's saying? Are you hearing what he's saying here? Hold on. Listen to what he just said. The guy never stops projecting. This is nuts. This is nuts.
Anyone from mentioning it. Like, if they put it...
Hold on.
Content, he put you in the gayest dickhead ever competition. Like, some of these retards on the internet start wars over that, or they like hide from it. Like, if Patrick Melton was in that, he'd ban anyone from mentioning it. Like, if they put it in the chat, he'd ban them because he'd.
If someone in my chat said I entered you in a gay dickhead contest, again, first of all, everyone in my chat would be like, "Are you retarded? That's the laziest. Like, this is lazy." We don't just say gay, 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 gay in my chat. We're not your chat. And the second thing is, I would ban them. I don't let people talk bad about me in my chat. If you say something bad about me, you get banned. This is a guy who only has mods chatting because everyone has been banned. Type 1 if you've been banned from Aaron's chat before. Just curious. Type 1. We have like 3 people banned from my chat. Goldfolds, Michaela. You know, we ban people for fun. We'll ban like Doom and then undo it the next day. These are bits. No one's mad at Doom. Look at everyone who's been banned from Aaron's chat. But no. This is the new cope. I have a really good sense of humor and take it in stride. But Melton, he wouldn't even allow this to be in his chat. Right.
Be ashamed. Because I think he kind of thinks of himself as a gay dickhead. But, like, I don't see myself as a gay dickhead. So I think Crackamico putting me in the gay dickhead competition is really fun. I'm probably the only guy in the whole fucking contest who would have, like, called in if I would have won and been like, I accept. Like, who was it? Tom Green accepted all his Razzies for Freddie Got Fingered, right? I would have done the same thing if I would have won the gayest dickhead ever competition. I mean, ever. Do you know how many people have walked the earth? Do you know how many of them have been gay? Do you know how many of them have been dickheads? Do you know how many have been gay dickheads? But out of all of those people, gayest and dickheadest combined. Now, are historical figures allowed? Because if historical figures aren't allowed.
Well, you just said of all time. So.
Then you can't really call it the gayest dickhead ever contest. It's a little hyperbolic. Oh, and Moody's toilet, by the way, the reason I brought him up is because the poor boy had to take another L, or as Jesse PS called it, total non-tent death. He's getting kind of desperate because we're kind of past our darkest days.
In the past year, you've only been accused of 1 felony, and you've yet to be sentenced for that. You're nowhere near past your darkest days. You're nowhere near past your darkest days. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You said you weren't going to talk about this anymore December 31st. You said you were done talking about your old life. And here we go again.
And then we have this, you know, the legal stuff is coming to an end in a way that I would describe as beneficial. And also he made all these bold predictions, and his people made these bold predictions, and they turned out to be lies.
Play a prediction that I made, and it didn't come true.
Play the clip. Play the clip.
What are you talking? Name some of them. You already told everybody that I said you were going to jail. No, I didn't. Ask Kim Nicholson. I've never said you were going to jail. I always said you're not going to jail. Matter of fact, when you went to jail that one day, it was hilarious. I couldn't believe it. That blew my mind. I predicted your wife would leave you, and she did. I predicted co-hosts would leave you, and they have. Most of the stuff I predicted has been dead on. Dead on. Now, the things you make up that I predicted haven't come true. Got it. Got it. Your show's dying. You haven't hit a goal on a Monday. in 5 weeks. Spoiler alert, didn't hit it today either. What are the predictions that I've made that didn't come true? I've said for over a year that you are not going back to radio. Where's that? By the way, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, I don't have any money invested in any of this. I can be wrong. I'm just watching. The fact that you think your show's growing is crazy. The fact that you think you have more viewers than everyone is nuts. The fact that you think you're going back to radio is bananas. Like,
correct.
That I predicted that you wouldn't get your boxing license back in 48 hours, like you predicted. If anything, you make predictions and they don't come true. Where's the boxing license? You never talk about the gym anymore. You're not even allowed down there. Every time we check in on Jonathan Geyer's live stream, Mooby ain't there. Aaron Imholte ain't at the gym no more. He don't talk about no gym. He don't talk about no fights. He don't talk about no Friday Night Lights. He don't talk about no fights, no coaching. You're never there anymore. What happened? What happened? Remember your exit interview? It's been weeks. What happened? I'm just curious. What happened?
It's wrong. Not true. Another win for the toe. But they.
By the way, even the phrase you use to claim victory, I made up. You're welcome. Another win for the toe. Made that up. Enjoy it.
You should be used to that by now because they take all kinds of L's. So then they tease like the biggest thing ever because they're like Carl.
No one said the biggest thing ever. I said a bombshell that would destroy your narrative that you're talking to these radio stations about coming back. That's all I said. And boy, was it. Go watch this little piggy. It's on Rocco's channel.
And him and the puppet. They're desperate to shed the L of the legal thing, but you're not going to.
I can't have an L from your felony. You understand that? I will never have an L because you committed a felony live on your broadcast. I'm not. If anybody has a legal L, I believe it's you. One of us has gone to the authorities to tattletale on the other. One of us. And you kind of bragged and said, oh, Melton and Ricada. They got some, you wait, see what's coming. The number of people all over my Twitter. I can't even imagine the frothing on Kiwi Farms. Rico, FBI, you'll be laughing when they seize all your Who's taken a legal L? Who's had police reports about the other person closed with no merit? You. I have no legal L's. So
tell you what you got to do is take the L and move on. They can't do it. They're still butthurt. They're still bitter. They're still upset about it. So what they did was they said, this is going to be this is finally going to turn it all around. And their big reveal, the radio company that Aaron doesn't talk to, that Aaron hates, that hates him.
Listen to this.
Hates him.
Last week, his old buddy from high school, Paul Shea, wrote a flattering article. Steel Toes back in the news. This time it's positive. My old buddy Paul Shea. He works at a station. We should work together. We should work together. He literally said the words, I don't know if he likes me, but I like him. Now he says, this is news. The station hates me and I hate them. We know that. Hello. Really? There are clips of you saying we should work together. I'm gonna talk to this guy. We're all buddies from school. And then I made a claim that we had a bombshell that would destroy your narrative. And now Your narrative's destroyed, so you're changing it. Got him. So where's my L? I said we had something that would destroy your narrative. Last week, your narrative was, I don't know if these guys like me. I like them. We should work together. And now your narrative is, of course I hate them and they hate me. Duh. I've said that all along. Every Clipper disagrees, I guess.
Ouch, boys. Ouch.
Say it again. Say it again.
And their big reveal, the radio company that Aaron doesn't talk to, that Aaron hates, that hates him.
You don't talk to them? So those messages from you saying like, so are we supposed to talk about Steel Toes return to radio? Huh? Did we just come up with the best morning show ever?
Ouch, boys. Ouch.
Ouch indeed. When I'm God, I'm God.
They're like, do you know Town Square hates Aaron? It's like all my fans of the last 10 years would be like, yes, Aaron hates Town Square and Town Square hates Aaron.
Again, everyone's seen the clip, right? I'm pretty sure it's on Steel Toe Reddit. Everyone knows Aaron hates Town Square. Of course, he's got to put himself first. No, I hate them. That's why they hate me. And Town Square hates Aaron. Listen to this.
Program director.
Listen to this.
This is the, I think, operations manager or program director over at Town Square Media here in town. Paul Shea, also a classmate of mine. I graduated high school with Paul. One of our mutual friends is like one of our best pals.
One of our friends is one of our pals. One of our pals is one of our friends. One of our buddies is one of our guys, and one of our guys is one of our friends. And one of our pals is one of our best guys, and one of our guys is best pals with one of our buds. But how do you feel about him, and how do they feel about you?
I like him.
You just said any of your fans from the past 10 years can say that you hate him. But how do they feel about you?
I don't know if he likes me.
But you just said all your fans of the past 10 years know you hate them and they hate you. Again, this was your narrative last week.
One of our mutual friends is like one of our best pals. I like him. I don't know if he likes me. Maybe he thinks I'm a dick. I don't know.
I don't know. I like him. I don't know if he likes me. But then today,
I think we should do business together. But then
so he thinks they should. Sorry, this was still last week. He thinks they should do business together. He likes them. He doesn't know if they like him. Now let's see what he says today.
This is finally going to turn it all around. And their big reveal, the radio company that Aaron doesn't talk to, that Aaron hates, that hates him.
So I said that your narrative that you like them and you don't know if they like you, but you should work together would be destroyed. That this was a positive article from your old high school buddy, that narrative would be destroyed. And what do you know? Here you are today changing the narrative. No, I hate them and they hate me. Everybody knows that. Whoa. Did someone destroy your narrative? Who broke this narrative? Oh, Melton. Is that part of my L? I'm confused. Moody says, why does he think he's at war with me? Aren't I supposed to be irrelevant? Also, predictions that turned out to be lies. What does he think those predictions are? Are you lying? I'll do the show, Moody. You don't have to do this. Are you lying to the lottery board when you buy a lottery ticket and your numbers don't come up? We don't need this from you, Moody. Moody, by the way, I looked through his subtitles for the last 3 years. This week is the first time he mentioned Town Square Media. He will refuse to say Paul's name now to not give him relevance. Yeah, his old high school buddy.
I realized I have reached a peak of my boxing career and decided to step away and maintain my record of 2-1 Diwa and South Danes.
I got to hear that one more time.
I realized I have reached a peak of my boxing career and decided to step away and maintain my record of 2-1 Shinjiwa and Shatains.
Moody, can I ban you from using my super tip system? I love this. I love this. Dude, everyone knows I hate Town Square Media. You just said you like him.
Was they said, this is going to be the bit. This is finally going to turn it all around. And their big reveal.
How fucking funny is it to make a man do this? How fucking funny is it to make a man shroud himself with lies and delusion right before your very eyes? Like it's unreal. Like you can't do this with most people. Because they'll just walk away. He has to stay, and he has to change and gaslight everyone. It's so fucking good. It's so unreal. I never said it was the biggest thing ever. I said we're going to destroy your narrative. And look, your narrative's changed now. Well, I never liked her anyway. Well, no, you asked her to prom, and she said no. No, everyone knows I hate her, and her breath smells, and her pussy's bad. Okay, honey.
The radio company that Aaron doesn't talk to, that Aaron hates, that hates him. Ouch, boys. Ouch.
That's real.
They're like, do you know Town Square hates Aaron? It's like all my fans of the last 10 years would be like, yes, Aaron hates Town Square and Town Square hates Aaron.
Do you hear this?
That's great. Hey, great job, boys. Definitely not running out of ideas. Oof.
Again, I do have to thank Moody and Paul Shea for this. The man just keeps getting buck broken. Like I don't know if there's any more ways and any more facets of his life that we can just keep butt fucking him on and having him go, it doesn't even hurt. I actually like butt fucking. Everybody knows that. It's like your professional partners, your wife, your future prospects, your hobbies, every fucking thing you love has been taken from you. And you're like, I meant to do that. Fuck. Like actual fuck, dude. It's insane. Steven Bravo, our EP of the day, gifting a membership. Thank you very much. 57 gifted memberships today. Crowdcat, member for 16 months. RIP to King Cobra JFS YouTube channel. Tubes. Slutter Butter. I left a bunch of Celsius and gas station food on my porch, and now Aaron won't go away. Yeah, don't feed the coons. Don't feed the raccoons. Kim Nicholson, member for 12 months. Chad, Calta, Aaron, all touched their faces, all drunks. Maybe that's it. Is Calta a drunk? I don't even know. Chris 048, member for 18 months. Calta's face resembles a skin-based rumble strip. Rumble strip. The Brandon Network was this a real? Max Cow Headroom. Is that the real Brandon Network? Erica Mitchell gifting a membership. EFS gifting 10 memberships. Thank you, EFS. We couldn't do it without you. So are we discussing Steel Toes return to radio? Member for 6 months. Moody's Toilet mentioned how Imholte's story doesn't match and how I sent Moody the Facebook Messenger screenshots. Moody couldn't stand it. You'll see. Hold on. Moody's Toilet mentioned how Imholte's story doesn't match and how I sent Moody the Facebook Messenger screenshots. Moody couldn't stand it. You'll see. Hold on. Is this Paul? You said you sent them to Moody. So that's, Sauce, there was a very, very active person in Steel Toe chat this morning. Every time Paul was mentioned, the new person would spam continuously about aliens and remote viewing. Odd, don't you think? I don't know. People are nuts. What's the conclusion you're drawing? Fred Robinson, Melton is a part of the IAG, the Imholte Accountability Group. Oh, God. We didn't get him, guys. Better luck next time. Better luck next time.
Boy, is that rough. You know, I think that Town Square is still a little bitter because we kicked the shit out of the Rev so hard they had to change formats. They were not happy. Plus,
Town Square, which is the parent company of hundreds of stations, but has 6 stations in this market, had to change formats. All 6 stations had to change formats because of you. And by the way, Paul's morning show has over 2 times the listeners you had when you were on air. Every one of their numbers is higher, like double. What are you talking about? Town Square Media didn't change formats. Stations change formats. Town Square Media is not a station. It's just a umbrella company of stations that want nothing to do with you. And like I said on this little piggy, if you think these guys don't all talk to each other at different companies in these small markets, you're nuts. 100% latent people are up to speed on all this garbage too. You're fucking insane if you think you're going back to radio. You gotta know that. You gotta know that. It's just bananas to pretend otherwise.
Sheriff tried to lock me in his storyline. Said I swallowed lies, but I'm feeling fine. I broke the narrative. But I didn't eat the cum. No way.
Right. Everything Farley. Aaron told me he had a radio job. Somebody give me a membership.
Fucked with them a lot. I get it. A lot of people lost their jobs because Steel Toe kicked the shit out of them. I understand. Like if
a lot of people lost their jobs because Steel Toe kicked the shit out of them. Huh?
Look, I've always thought Town Square was the poorest run company out of all of them in St. Cloud, and they always thought I was the biggest dickhead. So,
what about last week when you said we should work together? Again, I'm not an expert, but if I go back to Steel Toe Boring Show Reddit and play this clip again.
This is the, I think, operations manager or program director over at Town Square Media here in town. Paul Shea, also a classmate of mine. I graduated high school with Paul. One of our mutual friends is like one of our best pals. I like him. I don't know if he likes me. Maybe he thinks I'm a dick. I don't know. I think we should do business together.
So you want to do business with Town Square Media, one of the poorest, shittiest run companies? Last week you were begging him to do business. This week they're a poorly run company that you wouldn't want anything to do with and you've hated forever. Got it. Again, did anyone break your narrative?
Like if Town Square, look, I've always thought Town Square was the poorest run company out of all of them in St. Cloud. And they always thought I was the biggest dickhead. So it kind of works. But I did see that the Melton fans are still coping about it. Melton and his boys are still coping about it. I understand. Like, I get it. I don't feel any ill will. I mean,
he's not mad at us. Guys, don't worry. He's not mad at us. What?
I had to take L's as hard as they have lately, and if my whole thing was just obsessing over me, I'd be desperate too. So, sorry if you're a Melton fan in here tonight, but another win for the Toe. I'll tell you some fucked up shit that I was looking at before I got on here, and I wish I hadn't seen it, but it was just in my Twitter stuff. Apparently Ethan Ralph was doing a stream, and Ethan is supposed to be sober now, but I guess he's had multiple drugs.
Yeah, Ethan Ralph asked me to go on this show Saturday to make fun of Andy Worski, and I was gonna do it, and I totally forgot all about it, so I apologize to Ethan. But also I don't really know anything about Andy Worski, so I probably wouldn't be valuable anyway.
Booze meltdown since then. He was on his stream, and I guess he was going after Andy Worski. And Andy Worski and Ralph go way back, and they have beef. And while he was doing that anti-Andy Worski stream, he put up his browser, and on his browser was looking up STD treatments.
This is like when they caught me with the wiping stick. Oh my God, Melton had a video open about a wiping stick. Yeah, we were watching it on that show that day. Oh my God. Oh my God. We looked up Upneek or whatever it is too. Do I use eye drops? What are we doing?
Which, you know how I say there's...
Aaron, your browser history has you jerking off to cuck porn minutes after reading about Nick Rekieta's children. Hello? If we're going to talk about browser history, honey, we got to include all of them.
Show life, and then there's real life. So if there's show life and there's real life, when you're in show life, when you're ready to do a show...
Okay, I've never heard this. Slow life, show life. I need a bumper sticker immediately. Show life, slow life.
Do not bring up your real life shit on your browser. Like, if it's showtime, put show stuff out there.
Only Aaron. Okay. Aaron has one computer, so we know he jerks off and makes cum and plays video games and does the show all from this one sad old computer down there. I couldn't show anything personal on my screen if I tried. I use a different browser and I don't share a screen with anything personal on it ever. Every tab open in this browser is show stuff, period. But like, if there's a wiping stick on there, people go like, wow, he meant to close that before the show. I didn't. But Aaron can't, because Aaron's brain is simple. He thinks everyone's setup is simple, like his. Oh, he accidentally left it open. Like Aaron did last Friday when he was showing his Rumble studio, and we got to see he makes $13 an ad. Oops. Or when you showed your PayPal and it had no activity for 28 days right after saying you got a PayPal donation. Oops. That's you. I'm not a retard. There's no chance of my bank account or my Gmail or any of that ever coming up on that. It can't. It won't. It don't.
If it's getting STD treatment time, then you put your STD treatment stuff up there. Don't put it in there. Don't put it in there when everybody can see it.
The trend with Aaron is literally everyone who gets something on him, it's real and wrecks him. And everything he has on everyone is fake. This is fake. The stuff he claims about me is fake. Like, everything's fake. He only has imaginary W's. And everything he claims is a W against someone else is actually an L. Oh, Melton had a big L. That's how you know Melton had a big W. And then he's like, wow, we caught Ethan Ralph eating AIDS pills. It's like, you did? That means you didn't. So he lives in this like fantasy world of wins that are not win. Again, like, it shouldn't make you feel better when you know it's fake. It's so stupid.
And then it got out there, and then he privated it and he deleted it, which is also a bad idea. What you got to do after that is you got to have a sense of humor.
Now, look, I don't have any clue, by the way, whether Ethan Ralph takes HIV medicine and this was an actual slip up. If he privated the video, I don't believe Aaron. That's just true. So I don't believe any of this. But look, you tell me
about it. You know, when you struggle against...
When Aaron proclaims a win and gives details on it, I assume it's all false. Because he doesn't win. Like, this guy's an idiot.
It. Like, when
Ralph was doing a bit. Okay. Like, exactly.
Okay. Like, see what we just did with Melton here? You just dismiss him. You go, really? They shared a secret that we've all known about for a decade? Ugh. That's rough. That's what you do. So he got all mad. He privated the stream. And then he goes, no, I was looking up STD screenings because that's what you're supposed to do regularly. you're supposed to regularly get tested for STDs. And it's like, yeah, if you're like, raw dogging third world hookers, sure.
No, if you're fucking valve painters or fastener suppliers or anybody. I like that you think Ratchet Minnesota housewife. Fuck, what was that? I just choked on my own spit. I like that you think that Ratchet Minnesota housewives can't have STDs. How good would it be if we found out Slam Piece was fucking somebody else and gave Moody an STD? Moody, sorry. It'd be even funnier if she gave it to Moody.
Like, I don't think if you're in a
I literally did just go
relationship or whatever, I don't think you need to go, I don't think there's any secret that you're probably clean. I mean, if you're not, then one of you's got some explaining to do, or both, in my case, typically. But
so he just called himself a man whore?
Looking up the STD things, not good. Not good. And once they figure it out, don't then try to explain it away and then hide it. Laugh it off. Ha ha. We move on to the next thing. The world has a very short.
Oh no. Has he been caught with an STD? Did he have to explain this to Ashley one time? Balin LaRue, thank you for the super sticker. And internet person Sauce, there are never new people in Steel Toe chat. The alien spammer was Slam Pig clearing Paul talk out of the chat. Oh, that's an interesting theory. I who can imagine? I mean, can you really imagine her sitting there doing that? She has a job. If it is true, it's insane. I don't know if I believe that.
Memory. And the people who are going to shit on you for it are people who are going to shit on you for it anyway. So just look, you got a dirty dick. Own it. Like, this is kind of like the Harry Sisson thing. Ethan Ralph doesn't need to panic. Everyone is probably shocked that he got any pussy. So the fact that he's getting an STD test for most of us would be like when Harry Sisson got caught texting all those chicks. We were like, wow, the kid's not gay. All right, another L for the toe. But, I mean, if you're going to try and push back against everyone after you got caught, like, people didn't make up a rumor that you were getting STD treatments. You showed it on the screen. Own it, roll with it. Stevie Lou's in the chat right now. Stevie Lou, that's how James Toney did it for years. He rolled with it. Just rolled those shoulders. That's all James Toney did. Realist Stevie Lou says he doesn't seem like the kind of guy to fuck a hooker, right? Stevie Lou also says the obese drug addict guy. Yeah, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Pot Awful and Stevie Lou were getting after old Nick a little bit. Nick kind of makes it easy.
I'm glad he doesn't talk about this anymore as he picks at his skin. God, these guys can't leave anything alone on their bodies.
Responds to people with like 5 followers on Twitter. I mean, look, man, once you can admit to people you did what we all say.
So it's interesting to me that he said, Nick's pathetic because he responds to guys with 5 followers on Twitter. Nick does defend himself. I've told Nick before, like, you got to stop. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, losers and idiots are just yelling stuff about you. Okay. This is Aaron Imholte. Now, if you want to know what an echo chamber of delusion and gaslighting Aaron Imholte lives in, and how there's very few people left that take his word for anything on the internet ever, he's literally living in la 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 land. That's where he's living. Check this out. Bank. Aaron is now disabling comments. People who make their whole life about you get really whiny when you correct their nonsense and point out their flops. Geez, guys, it's comedy. I like how he put his own show, comedy. Touch a little grass, it's spring. Who can reply? Accounts Aaron Imholte follows are mentioned. Accounts Aaron Imholte follows are mentioned. He's not interested in real feedback anymore. He's not interested in facts. He's deleting comments all weekend long at all hours of the night. Go onto the Steel Toe Boring Show Reddit, and you will see screenshot after screenshot after screenshot, account after account after account. 3 a.m., 1 a.m., 11 p.m., 2 p.m.
Remember back in April of 2024 when Ape was upstairs? I seem to recall suspicious lip sores making a triumphant return. Right after I crawled back to SP, another herp for the hoe.
Another herp for the hoe. Hold on. Remember in April 2024 when Ape was upstairs? I seem to recall suspicious lip sores making a return. Right after I crawled back to SP. Well, he has herpes. He's talked about it before. He's like, big deal. I get bright fucking blisters all over my face. Who cares if I have a couple of mouth heaters now and then? Who cares? Who cares? Oh, shit. I love that he's afraid of feedback. What was I saying? I don't even remember when Ricada rudely interrupted me. Can't get enough of your content updated to the Overdose Light. Thank you. We appreciate that. You don't want to miss our members show from Friday night. It was a great show, over 6 hours long. Aaron's members only show here is 50 minutes, and you won't believe what it's about. Melton and Ricada are gay. We are. Moody says, okay, I'll pay. Tesla is very impressive, I feel. Fake Moody, of course.
You did? I mean, it's as Alex Jones would say, it's documented, it's proven. In your home, in your care, your child tested positive for ingesting and metabolizing cocaine. It's not a rumor.
You can't test positive for ingesting cocaine. That's not possible.
It's not a myth. It's not a lie. You were responsible. It happened. You possessed the drugs. It's your fault. You can come back from that, but you only the clock starts on coming back from that once you admit it. So he was making fun of.
Look, the clock will never start. Nick, don't you want the clock to start? Why are you so against clocks?
Of Worski during this whole Ethan Ralph thing, which didn't age very well. And he said, something, Coach Red Pill's dead. Andy Worski's still alive. And then he said, I tried to kill myself, which is more, S-word baiting.
I don't know how Nick's, by the way, I was talking to Moody about this, and Moody's a smart guy. And I know I'm biased because Nick and I want to at Hackamania, May 9 through 11. Can you believe we're only like 45 days away from this event? Grab your tickets now, hackamania.com. But like, I'm pretty pragmatic about shit. The logical, I don't know how old was the kid who tested positive, Nick? Can you tell us? I don't even know. How old was this alleged positive test? How old was the child? I think it was one of your oldest kids or your oldest kid. It's still pretty young, I would imagine. Under 12? I don't know. Okay, 8. Nick says 8. If the kid was 18, if the kid was 17, okay. Kids getting into mommy and daddy's stash, doing a couple lines, looking cool at school. I'm on board with that. That makes sense. When you have an 8-year-old kid, and there's 5 kids, I believe. You have an 8-year-old kid that tests positive, and none of the other kids test positive. The logical thing is this was a error test. This is a false positive. Now I don't know. It could be real. I'm not saying it can't be real. I'm saying when you just zoom out and look at the facts, why would one kid, a pretty young kid, test positive and none of the other kids test positive? Moody. I don't know. Come here, boy. Come to Papa's smoker. Good doggy. Here's some seasoned grease drippings for my best boy.
Woof, woof. Thank you, Daddy. Yummy, yum, yum, yum.
Patrick, come quick! Your swarthy sand baby is melting all over the gut bucket!
I don't feel so good.
God. Tickle Me Toogie says, love the Opie voice you do. Can it become a super tip Opie voice? Sorry for the random messages. Yeah, we can work on that. So look, I think a lot of times people take like the heinous nature of the accusation and throw out logic. And again, I'm not saying it's not possible. It is possible this kid got a hold of some cocaine and did it. It's unlikely, but it's possible. I just like, if you look at all the facts of it, it's like the fact that they let it go and gave his kid, I just, if this was a hated enemy of mine, I'd be like, all right, we can't. I don't know. Again, it looks horrible and it's not good. But if you're really truthful with how you look at things and observe them, it's like, I doubt. This doesn't really seem like. But Aaron can't stop bringing it up because, again, he's in his feels and this makes him. This doesn't do anything for Aaron. I don't know whether it is or whether it isn't. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm not invested in it. But Aaron is invested in it, and he needs to hurt Nick. So he keeps bringing it up over and over and over.
Give sympathy. And the poor guy, I kind of feel bad for him because he had to go like bowing down to Melton just to get a little sympathy.
He's doing the podcast poke, finger in the cheek.
Because if he goes outside that bubble, and that is a bubble of remarkably stupid people. I mean, the word sheep doesn't cover it. Anytime you go outside that world, everyone else just kind of looks down on them and thinks they're all garbage.
Well, we went outside the world last week and talked to Director of Content Paul Shea at Town Square Media. He's outside this world. And they're like, we love watching that world. It's really funny what you guys do to Aaron. So outside the world, it seems like people still look at you as a giant piece of shit. That's what it seems like. I might be wrong. Paul might be lying, and maybe Aaron and him are laughing about this.
He had to go to that. Because the minute he steps out of that, everyone just starts going, you fucking cokehead, you fucking drunk, you addict, you got your kid high on coke, you blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. And
you got your kid high on coke. Now there's an allegation that the kid was high. High on coke. Moody said something, or Mooby said something last week about like they're over there taking cocaine. Yes, they're taking cocaine. Hey, did you take any cocaine?
And it's just a nightmare for him. So he's found one place, and it's a guy who has weird sexual thoughts about children. That's the one.
By the way, the person, I don't want to say names, but if the person is here who keeps the spreadsheet and logs Aaron making these claims about me, I think they stopped doing it. I'll send you a couple $100. If you can get back to doing that, because he's back to mentioning how I'm into children all the time again. So if you can start logging that again for me, I think it started a couple weeks ago. I'd appreciate that. I need the timestamps and stuff again. This is nuts. This is where he has to go with everything.
One guy he could go to. And so now he goes on Twitter and he starts fighting with people again. There's no reason to fight with people on Twitter. They don't matter. They don't affect your life at all, or at least they shouldn't. So he goes on there and starts calling people liars. He starts calling people liars for his kid testing positive. Well, your kid tested positive. You knew the kid was going to test positive. You said to the judge beforehand, if my kid tests positive, by the way, it's fucking weird.
He did? Did you do that? You said to the judge before the kid tested positive, if my kid tests positive, that's weird. And again, what's the accusation? That Nick gave his 8-year-old cocaine? How much cocaine can an 8-year-old have without dying? I mean, I'm being serious. I guess it depends on the purity of it, but like Nick's buying in bulk. We know that. So I imagine this is pretty scaly stuff. How much pure cocaine could an 8-year-old have before they have a serious medical issue?
Yeah, I'll say. And then he lied. This one pissed me off. He lied again about leaving a bullet of cocaine. It fell out of his pocket, and he left it right next to my, at the time, 4-year-old daughter. That is a true story. That 1,000% happened. I'm the one who found it and picked it up. And since he keeps lying about this story, I will go into greater detail.
Oh, boy.
He left it there. I showed my wife at the time. My wife at the time just went upstairs. Didn't check on the kids, didn't do it, just went upstairs. Just boop, went in the bathroom. And I'm fucking angry. I send a text and I say, everybody get the fuck out of my house.
Both of them? So Aaron sends a group text to tell Kayla and Nick to get out of his house. Now, there's something interesting he says here.
Now, when I say everybody, I obviously don't mean April. April lives there. She goes, I can't believe you would kick. She made it about herself. Anytime there's
So he sent a group text to 4 people to tell 2 of them to get out?
Thing that might make her look bad, she turns it so she can be a victim. And I didn't want to tell this part of the story, but since someone keeps lying, April goes, I can't really kick me out of my house. So I'm trying to explain to a person who's high on cocaine. No.
High on cocaine. This is like, I'm wondering if he ever did coke, because he doesn't seem to understand what effects it has. Try talking to someone high on cocaine. It's like, what?
No, you live here. I'm talking about everybody else. Get the fuck out of my house. This is over.
It's like the people who think smoking weed makes you see dragons and have a bad trip. It's like, okay, I can tell you never smoked weed.
This is done. April stays upstairs. Doesn't come check on the kids, anything, nothing. She stays upstairs.
Bitter.
Me and the kids and a couple other people, we start.
Who are the other people, Nick? That's our question. Me and the kids and a couple of other people. Who? Who else was there, Nick? Name names. Let's go.
Playing a board game, start having a good time, whatever. I'm coming down from it a little bit. And
the cocaine?
Other people, everyone else.
No, he asked Nick and Kayla to leave. It's not Kayla. Who? You guys aren't keeping. You guys are slow. I can't with you. He asked them to leave.
House leaves, except April, myself. I go to bring the kids back to drop them off with their mother, and I'm fucking.
Either that or he's bad at storytelling, because he's like, I had Nick and Kayla leave, and then me and the kids and some other people. That's not one person. I know he can't mention Kayla, but some other people is not Kayla, unless he's retarded.
I'm still just fucking.
Again, everyone's just like, Kayla, it's Kayla. What is some other people? That's plural. At a minimum, it makes no sense.
Pissed. Beforehand, I have a fight with April because April feels I didn't pay enough attention to her afterwards. April feels like I kicked her out of the house, which I should have. I mean, at that point, that should have been it. I should have said I should have meant her. I should have kicked everybody out. I should have filed paperwork that day. I was a couple months late on that.
You can't kick April out of her own house. I don't know if you know how
Nick
laws
left his
work.
coke by my kid. I had the coke. They were high on the coke that they didn't have. Yes, this is what happened. Just believe it.
Right. They left the coke downstairs, but they were all high on coke. Moody's toilet. At this point, I reminded him that he said before he went to the garage and Kayla followed him, he told her it's either me or the drugs, and the story changed.
No more coke. Well, it sounds like they played a BORED game. Am I right, folks?
A boring game. I don't know. None of this makes sense to me because you can't say people. Some other people and mean Kayla. Or he's retarded. He can't keep up with his own lies.
That's my failure. That's on me. That's my mistake. But she gets mad that I didn't pay enough attention to her when all this happened. When it comes to something like that.
Look at him. Look at this hand rubbing. Look at this fucking motherfucker feel. What? I mean, he is wringing his little hands.
Being left around my kids and that happening to my children.
Look at him nonstop.
Maybe because she's not a parent and she doesn't
jerking his little thumb off. Right?
Her own kids, she doesn't understand this. You get tunnel vision. You know, you get tunnel vision. You go, I'm fucking pissed. This is only about my kids and I now. And so April.
But he said he should have asked April. He should have kicked April out. Is that how it works? You can kick a woman out of her own home? I don't think so. I watch a lot of police videos. If someone's established residency somewhere, which I think a wife qualifies, you can't kick her out of the home. You're insane.
And I have a fight about that. I come back and drama, coke addicts, coke addicts, drama.
Now, Nick and Kayla have left. Only April's there. But drama, coke addicts, plural. Everyone's gone except your wife. Who are the coke addicts?
I keep trying to explain. I didn't mean you. I wanted everybody else to get the fuck out of the house. She then locks herself in the bathroom and
Listen to this. Grabs
a big knife and threatens to start cutting herself.
We are June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We are 10 months away tomorrow from the arrest, where he's been singing like a canary. And he has told multiple different versions of this story. We have never heard this before, ever. Aaron can't keep his mouth shut. Not only does he tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, he tells a bunch of lies and makes up shit too. We've never heard this ever. Oh, sorry, yesterday. Excuse me, pretty antisocial. Ban her. Correct me, motherfucker. We've never heard this story. Now April locked herself in the bathroom with a knife and was threatening to harm. Trying to separate those two words so it doesn't flag. Not that it's not going to be on here anyway. I don't believe you. There's no way you sat on this story for 10 months. Sorry. I don't believe you. You've talked about, you've made up shit about April, her tiny tits and smelly pussy, just to make yourself feel better. You've sat on this story for this long? Doubt it.
She found a way to make a kid having a bullet. I'm furious. I can't believe you brought that stuff over here. Now roll the dice. Ha! You landed on Waterworks. Pay me $150. I'm not happy I had to kick out my soulmate. We didn't even get to finish our snow angels.
Oh, God. That's when she left proverbs at my house for the last time.
Cocaine that Nick left next to the child. She tried to find a way to make that about herself and to try and get sympathy for it. It was fucking disgusting. That, you know what? Now that I bring that up again, that should have been it. That should have been the last day. I hung in there for probably another 6 to 8 weeks after that.
Yeah, you're weak. You're a weak fuck. No, duh.
You can't kick a woman out of her own home. You can, however, keep eating until you fall asleep standing up like a horse and she decides to leave on her own. Another win for Butthole Eyes.
Old Butthole Eyes, huh? Oh, fuck. I can't.
And that should have been it. And by the way, let me tell you, that scenarios like that, when people are all addicted to cocaine and you're not, that scenario played out a lot. That wasn't the last time some shit like that. It was always drama. I've told you that before. Every day, fucking drama. Somebody's drama. And I mean,
and you covering for it. This is fine. This is why nobody can ever take your word for anything in the moment. You're a lie.
Boogers.
Hey, buddy. G'day, mate.
Breakfast soda.
Breakfast soda, indeed. Breakfast soda, indeed. I have a heart out today. I got to go. We're not going to get to cover the missed goal yet. I want to thank the executive producer for today's show, Stephen Bravo, and all the ships at sea. Reminder, please take a moment and sign up for the Hackamania Adrenaline Mountain activity on Sunday if you're going to be there. We're probably going to call that off a month out if people don't sign up for it. And again, it's up to you. No hard feelings either way. If people don't want to do that and they'd rather hang around and gamble and chill and drink and party and stuff, so be it. That's the will of the people. And I have to accept that. I have no skin in the game. But if you want to do Adrenaline Mountain, check it out. The packages and the information is available at hackamania.com. We've had a couple people buying tickets during the show today. 6 tickets sold during the show today. So thank you very much. Use the promo code of the person you like the most. It will have a bearing on how much money gets doled out to the people. It seems like OJ is not coming. I texted him days ago. No answer. He said on Tukey Soup Saturday, when asked, he said he's not. I won't go, or something like that. I can't do the jokes anymore, so I don't know. I don't know what's happening. People have told me he's going through something. I reached out and I said, hey man, I don't know what you're going through. I had a good time hanging out with you. I hope you come. No answer, no response at all. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, but we don't have time to dwell on it. There are going to be awesome people there, and I hope that includes you. I hope you'll be there as well. Will there be a special show tonight? Could be. If you wish hard enough. Possibly. Until then.
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes.
A question posed to stupid hoes who don't get it yet. Excuse me, miss. Are you high on cigarettes? I don't know if the comedy hasn't hit them yet. They're full-blown retarded or just high on cigarettes. All the laughter that you did, boy, if you listen to the show, boy, Patrick melting faces have you stacking an low point. It's the low point, not the reason. The reason is fucking gold. Gonna make the taco pony party be a party of soul. To make you vandalize a van with a pedal sticker so bold the family probably get arrested before they get down the road. Or stupid motherfuckers just got NL loaned. Other radio shows are straight bitch mail prone. Talk shit on the youngins that nobody like past. Have my homeboy lame prank call him fast. Have him thinking that he hates them like